because I've got some cross-tied nails. It's like this fucking long that I used to
make like a like a zombie apocalypse.
Yes.
Attack. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, boom, boom, boom. You know, like ceremonial. Like you fuck up, I'm killing you, kind of thing.
Fair enough. Real quick, are you comfortable with me pointing the camera?
Are you comfortable for me being me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Hello all newcomers, welcome back my fellow Aeternians. As always, it's me and for AP. Today we're going to be trying out Twitter Spaces stuff real quick. Jason's here, he's working on whittling down the little staff thing that I found the other day.
What up, man?
Yeah!
Gotcha.
Yep, so we're doing that. We were just talking about making it kind of into a zombie apocalypse weapon thing. She was talking about putting nails in it and stuff. So yeah, real quick, I'm going to see if we can join a Twitter Spaces thing and just see what people talk about. If you guys can hear it, let me know. And we're going to try and set one up. So let me know how everybody's doing. The Real Novice joined in. Paraxis says hi, is anyone here? Yeah, sorry, we joined a few minutes late. I was trying to get Wi-Fi stuff set up and figured out. But now we are here, and I'm going to try to set up that Twitter space. So, without further ado, let me get connected to the Wi-Fi and we will be all set up. How's everybody doing tonight? What are you guys up to? What has been on your minds? I have been trying to look into more stuff with the community. Just having a tough time connecting to the Wi-Fi here. I might just have to go ahead and do it through my hotspot on my phone. Oh, got you. Yeah, I was hoping the shop one would kind of like work out, but I don't know.
No, it's strong enough to run
like the cameras and stuff.
Cameras, but if you're actually doing what you're doing, it's
not going to
jump.
do it. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. In that case, let me go ahead and set it up. Aradel, so come. Hey everybody. Sorry, I had to jump onto the Wi-Fi. Discord is weird because it's hard to moderate everybody. So maybe Twitter Spaces will be a little bit easier. But let's see.
Yeah, Discord, you get what you get.
Yeah, people just jump in and then after the fact you got to try and block them. In this, it seems like Twitter's done a little bit better with kind of trying to moderate stuff, but we will check it out. I think you have to actually like let people in so you can kind of see their like account and it'll keep you updated. But let's see. Let's go ahead and see if we can start a space. I hope everything's going well for everybody. Let me know if the internet on my end cuts out or does anything weird. And thank you guys for the likes. I appreciate it. Name your space. What do you want to talk about? Micronation conversation. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and start the space. Turn on the mic, let's get you set up.
Hey man, you're a little rotten.
Oh yeah. That's what I was worried about, yeah. I saw that some of it was concerning like that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on microphone so that way we can get into the spaces. Okay. But yeah, sorry to jump you into a job that surprised you a little bit with the rotten in there.
Bro, I'm cool.
Cool deal. Cool deal. Let's see if we can't jump into that.
I used to whittle as a kid.
Oh, very cool.
Fun fact, did you know that you can't hit 9mm bullets into a piece of wood with a hammer?
They just stop? It just doesn't work? Or like... Weird. I guess that's good to know. Let me see if I can't get back into Twitter. There we go. Okay, and from the settings now, let's see if we can't get that. There we go, start your space. Connecting, A. And so, oh yeah, it's just split. Yeah. What I might end up having to do is just cut the top off and then put like a screw or something and make like a second wooden handle for it.
You're not using it as a weapon, huh?
No.
It's fine.
No.
It's fine. I'm thinking weaponry.
Yeah. break of us.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
In that case, the rotten wood's fine too.
Oh, yeah. It says we're connecting. Hope everything works out. Let me see. Connor asked, what happened to Parkistopia? So, Parkistopia was a group that we connected to like right when we started on YouTube. And they were just people who were coincidentally close to us. I used to live in the southern part of Alabama, and they happened to be in the town like literally right next door to us. It was maybe a 10-minute drive. It was the closest micronation I'd ever heard of to us. So it was an opportunity for us to like meet some people who were a part of this really niche community local to us, and that was incredible. So we did a few videos with them. We kind of got actually some of our biggest well-known videos through our collaborations with them. And then the guy who runs it, Parker, ended up going to college, pursuing his own sort of stuff, and hasn't been putting a ton into the nation as of recently. Maybe that's changed now. We haven't kept up a ton with each other, but I appreciate it. Sure, what is it?
Yeah.
What is it? Oh,
Yeah.
Legit? Or no, it's a Kahlua.
Just drink it.
Yeah. Like a coffee liquor. I appreciate it. Thank you. Jason sharing his Kahlua with me.
Chocolate mudslide, if anyone want to know.
Chocolate mudslide is what he said. Interesting. I appreciate it. Let me see if we're actually. It still says we're trying to connect to the space. I think me doing the live stream here and trying to do the Twitter space isn't working out that great, but if you guys can hear me in the Twitter space, let me know. Because I'm trying it out for the first time. We do have some people hanging out in the live stream, though. Let me see what comments we have. I hope that answers what happened with Parkistopia, though. Let me see. That's a great question. So, because I was originally going to be doing the whittling thing, so I was going to, like, show it. But now, but now since I'm not.
So you can live it down.
Yep. We got it. Let's see.
I'll eventually do it.
No, I appreciate it. You're good. Do you wanna join the thing? I would love to talk to you about stuff.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
Bet.
I'll talk off camera. Everybody knows saying I'll talk off camera.
Fair enough. Can you guys hear Jason? If you can't, let me know.
I will talk louder so y'all can hear me.
Yeah, we can figure stuff out. Cool deal. Elijah said
I'm
everybody.
southern bred, cornbread fed.
Yes, sir. As well, Elijah said everybody smash the like button. Very cool. John Hancock said good old mountain moonshine. Very nice. We're
Hey, bro,
mountains.
where can you get that? Where can you get the good old fashioned moonshine? Where that at?
These are great questions. I've heard of some people making moonshine stuff, but I don't know.
Hit and miss, man. Hit and miss.
Yeah.
I want to be able to run my dune buggy off of the moonshine, but it has to taste like apple pie. So where can you get that?
Pure diesel fuel. Oh, goodness. Nobody's really seeing stuff. Hey, I appreciate it. Ari says, I can hear. Very cool. John Hancock says, are you from the government? Actually, Jason is connected to Tiffany's family as a boyfriend from one of Tiffany's sisters.
I'm a friend of a friend, as far as you need to know. I ain't part of no government.
Yep. But because of that, it presents us with a really interesting situation. So we're trying to start the Twitter space, but since I'm not sure if we're connected to it fully yet or not. Jason is somebody who doesn't really know about micronationalism, and so it gives us the opportunity to kind of talk about stuff and to see the outside perspective, I guess.
To get Brian to make me another drink, we're gonna do that.
Yes, sir. It'll be fun. It'll be cool to see your opinions.
All right, hit me. Hit me with some questions, y'all. Hit me with some questions.
Yes, sir. As well, if y'all have any questions for somebody who just has no idea about the micronational community, let us know.
literally just walked up to whittle the stick. That's all I've done.
Yes, he is assisting with the staff, and I appreciate him for it. They're playing a game inside, so we were kind of having a separate event out here. Let me see if I can actually fix this so it's a little more stable for us. What I'll do is I'll do that. I'll prop it up. Oh, God.
You're going to pull it out of the sleeve. And
Yep.
fuck it all to hell.
That's pretty much what just happened, I think. Let me see if I can do this and extend it from this part.
Hang on, y'all. We're having some technical difficulties.
Yes. BRB, as the kids say. Oh, God. Okay. Maybe that will work a little better for us. Tighten that. Have that sit in there. pull all of this up about 30 degrees. And we're in it. Cool deal. You want to get a seat?
You're slacking.
Yep, it's sliding. It's sliding really hard. Let's see what we can do about that.
Technical difficulties, y'all. Just 1 second.
Uno momento, por favor. Okay. Yeah. Dude, can we get you a seat or something?
I'm good.
Cool. Okay. So we're sitting here. Let me see if we can't twist it a little bit. Sitting here, talking about micronationalism. Somebody asked real quick before we jump into it, did we sell the land? We did not sell the land. We actually just bought the land.
Your business.
Fair enough. We've been trying to get some work done on it, but we haven't done a ton yet. I'm still yet to put out my first edited video on it, so that stuff's to come. Okay. So questions, like I said, Jason doesn't know much about the micronational community. It's been interesting because the more that I do this stuff just over the last few years, I've been trying to figure out a better and better way to explain kind of what it is to people. And it's always a struggle. I think everybody who does this kind of stuff has a little bit of a difficulty with it because it's politics, but it's the idea. You were talking earlier about how you kind of align with a libertarian viewpoint. And I think to some degree, there are a lot of people in the micronational community who I think do similarly. I feel like I personally align with more kind of democratic, socialist, liberal sort of stuff. But I think that it's really interesting because micronationalism as a concept is kind of libertarian in general. It's the idea that...
Well, let me ask you that right there.
Yes, sir.
You just said that you associate with the democratic liberal type thing.
Yeah.
So how are you going to turn around and say, well, your micronation is more libertarian?
Right. So I think that's the weird thing about this. Micronationalism in general is this idea that anybody, instead of pursuing the politics that their nation ascribes to, instead of saying I'm going to vote for this candidate or this candidate and support elections and run for office and do all that, instead I'm going to buy some pieces of land and get people to move there, and we're all going to work together to build whatever kind of society we believe in, and we're just going to do that. You still have to follow the laws of the nation. You still, you're still going to have to pay taxes and do all that. But outside of everything you have to do... The
nation that you are trying to go away from.
Right. You still have to follow the law or else you're going to go to jail. But outside of that, you can live pretty much the way that you want to, so long as you don't live in a country that doesn't allow that. So that being the case, it's this idea of personal freedom. And I think that's fairly libertarian in its idea. But inside of that, you can choose whatever type of government you want. So for us, what my idea is, and the reason that I wanted to do this, is because I feel like I've always seen my parents, who are really poor, struggle with getting money and feeling comfortable. And so both of them working multiple jobs throughout my life and having difficulty kind of making ends meet, I've always wanted to be able to have a community that really has each other's backs, and no matter how much money you make, no matter how much skill or background you have, you always can find a job. You always are set up to have some kind of base, within this small community, that you're always going to be fed. You're always going to have a place to live. You're always going to have some base level of survivability.
So you're not working within this community for money, much it is a roof over your head and food.
So that's the thing that's interesting as well. Yeah, you're 100% working for money. The Empire of Aeternia, I registered as an LLC in Alabama. So we 100% are a for-profit thing. We're trying to start businesses that try to make a profit. We just happen to use that profit.
I mean, just for lamest terms, y'all are going to make dream catchers. Again, for lamest terms.
Yeah.
Again, for lamest terms, you're going to make dream catchers and sell them.
Right.
Basically.
Sure.
So, of course, that could be next extreme. You can quilt things, you can grow food, sell it at a farmer's market.
Yeah.
So you got it registered under an LLC.
Yes.
So it's business license, basically, right?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's how we're set up for tax purposes.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
And so then that's the idea. Is essentially, if you can get people who are really dedicated, who have highly valuable skills, people who are coming in as with engineering stuff, with any sort of like technical, anything that deals with like online coding, marketing, YouTube stuff. I'm sorry?
Comments?
Oh, yeah. A lot of comments jumping in. Real quick, somebody said, gotta go. Oh, see ya, Ari. It's good to see you. Raspberry T-Man says, I started one in April and these videos have helped. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's cool to see. And please update us as you go on and let us know what you're up to. The Discord is a great way to do that. We have a lot of people who jump in and talk about their countries. People were talking about alcohols. They were talking about mead and stuff. John Hancock says, yes, mead
Hey,
is
look,
a good
any successful nation is going to be based off of your fucking alcohol. Alright? So,
That's
yes,
true.
you need some meat, you need some corn, you need some everything.
If you can get potatoes, you can make vodka. If you could get like corn and wheat, you can make like mead and like beer. You got it.
Yeah.
You can do some fermenting, some wine. Yeah. Elijah said make mead instead because it's completely legal to make without a license in your state. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Connor Hetner says I run a socialist micronation in Iowa. See, so
fuck socialism.
See, so that's interesting.
No, it's not. Fuck socialism.
But it is interesting. Like everybody has a different viewpoint. See, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say fuck socialism. But
I would.
Yeah, different opinions. That's the thing that's cool about it, though, right?
That's another thing. This is just an opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, fuck socialism.
Right. So that being the case, everybody has this different way that they want to like run a country. They all have these different ideas of like what's going to work. There are people who are like really successful micronationalists who are like communists are the same as Nazis. There are other people who are in micronationalism who are like, I am a communist or I am a Nazi. Like it's really far extremes.
Now again, you invited me on this channel, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, do you agree?
Yes.
You agree? Tell them peoples you agree.
Absolutely.
Okay. In my opinion,
yes,
you can't be socialist or pro-communist in America because of our freedoms. That gives you the right to do what you're doing. If you go to, say, Korea and try this, you're going to get killed.
Absolutely.
You can't do that. So, what was the dude's name here? That said that? Connor?
Yes.
All right, Connor. Please post in the comments there and explain to me how you can be socialist or a communist or what the hell ever and not be pro-American. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing that's so interesting about micronationalism is that like there's almost no assumption you can make about a micronation other than it's a group of people trying to start a country. There are plenty of people, like for example, this guy John Hancock. I believe he's been in a few of our live streams, and I think he considers himself a micronationalist, someone who likes this concept of making countries. But he also likes the U.S. So it's
what I'm getting at is like I totally understand everybody on this feed here. Yeah. I totally understand anti-government, whatever. You know, I mean, I'm not pro-government by no means. You know, I guess what you said earlier, I'm more libertarian because I feel like I feel like gay couples should be able to protect their marijuana plants with fully automatic weapons and tanks. But you also can't be a socialist or pro-communism and live in America because what you're preaching doesn't make no sense. Because our freedoms provide you to bitch about our government. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I would say, so I guess
post it up in the comments, y'all. Tell us what you think. I want to know.
Absolutely. And it's cool that we do have a diverse group of people here.
Yes, it is. I agree. It is.
And it's good to have this conversation.
Yes, it is. I totally agree.
I would say...
And again, no hard feelings between us. No hard feelings between y'all. This is all opinionated.
Absolutely. I would say one of the things that's interesting is, for your point of conversation there, I feel like there's a difference between, in my opinion, communist and socialist nations, like countries that you see, like North Korea and China and all that, and then like people who have like an economic view that's like communist or socialist or whatever.
Okay, explain that. Your view on it versus what it actually is.
Sure. So for example, there are a lot of like economists in the United States who are like Harvard economists and like all these people who are really smart, who are like, those views may work. There may be some way that you can design a country that works under some socialist or communist rule. I'm not so
Okay.
sure about communism because I don't know that much about communism.
Uh-huh.
Socialism, under the basic idea that like there's some level of quality of life that everybody gets. Like even if you didn't work a day in your life, you'd still get like X amount of money and like this amount of stuff.
Okay,
Whether that works,
say that again real loud for the people in back. Because
Sure.
that doesn't make sense.
Sure, absolutely. So the idea that like if you never worked a day in your life, you would still be guaranteed by some government that you live under a basic like minimum living standard.
Right, so that doesn't make sense.
For example, automation. As things continue to advance, this is something Tiffany and I have talked about a lot. Automation just gets rid of a ton of jobs. So like,
Yes, it does. Like you're talking about Walmart self checkouts and shit.
absolutely.
Yes, okay.
And that gets like more and more advanced. Like there are machines now that can start to get rid of like automotive technicians.
Yes,
There are
and
like
I work
machines.
in automotive, so I totally agree. Yes,
Yeah.
they can. Yes.
Eventually,
Easily.
absolutely. Eventually, with the way that like programming and stuff is going now, I have some friends who work in like cybersecurity and in computer engineering and stuff, and they're like, eventually it's going to be to where engineering and physicists and like jobs that are really hard to automate right now will eventually be automated. Like artists, you know,
Yes.
everything's going to be automated.
Yes.
At a certain point, if machines are better at doing jobs than humans, it's really not cost effective for a business to hire a person for any job at all.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
if a business doesn't need to hire any person, why would most anybody have a job? If I'm like a billionaire and I can say, okay, I'm just gonna like own all the stuff and have robots that do everything, I kind of don't need to pay anybody. So then if I don't pay anybody, how do they earn a living and how do they like survive?
Get another job.
But if there are no jobs, like if I can start a company that can like farm everything and make all the machines and do
Then
all
you're going
the-
to cripple your own economy because then they're relying on the government.
But you don't need an economy.
But you don't need the government.
Sure. Yeah, like eventually it can become a very scary position where it's like
Exactly.
you just don't need anything.
That's why I don't understand socialism or communism. I'm not saying, again,
Yeah.
I'm not pro-government,
Sure.
but I also don't understand relying heavily on the government.
Yes. And I would say I'm not an economist, so I can't tell you like this is why it works for certain, and I know that this
Right,
is
right,
going to be. I
mean,
don't
this
know
is
about
just
that.
road talk.
Shooting the shit. Yeah. From my understanding of it, I think the idea is I don't know how previous generations were justifying setups for socialism and communism, because some communist nations were set up in like the 40s and the 50s and the 60s. But I would think if you were looking at like a socialist country that we're going to start in the next 50 years, they would probably do something based around the idea of like, eventually if everything gets automated, instead of having people work jobs to survive, you would have people just doing what they want to. Like whatever it is that you're interested in, you can do, and then you are made beneficial for that because you're controlling automated systems that do all of it.
Okay, well, I'm going to use that as an example.
Yeah.
For me, I'm very hard worker.
Yeah.
I love to work my ass off.
Right.
To get a paycheck.
Right.
If you was a fat fuck who wanted to sit down and watch TV all day because that's what you chose to do,
Sure.
me and you is going to get paid the same.
Right.
Do you not see a problem with that?
I do, absolutely. And I wouldn't say it's a good idea to have those people paid the same. But I would say there could be a
But you're
point
saying
where-
is those people still should earn the same living, correct? They should
Not
still
the same.
have the same insurance, the same housing, the same opportunities that I got, that I'm working my ass off and you're sitting there watching TV.
I would say, I think in a communist point of view, they would say equal, 100%. In a socialist standpoint, I think they would say baseline minimum. Like, if you work harder, you get more money above this baseline, but even if you didn't work anything, you would get this baseline.
Right, so why would I work? In socialism standpoint, why would I work if I'm going to get the same living standards as somebody who's working their ass off?
Sure. So there are plenty of people who do like hobbies, right? And they don't make any money from that, but they still pursue it because they're like, this is something I like to do and something that I want to eventually be well known for. A lot of the time in societies, we have like social benefits that we like to have, like prestige, like just being famous or well known or successful in something, regardless of money. So I think that would be a big benefit for people. Like if everybody got paid a baseline amount to live, like if you didn't have to work to survive, but you just knew that you'd be able to pay all your bills and feel comfortable, even if you absolutely did not care about working or contributing whatsoever. But if you did, that you could pursue whatever it is that you wanted to do every single day of your life and eventually become like appreciated for that.
Okay, but you still have the majority who's going to sit on their ass and not do shit.
Sure. And I think, so remember the other day when we were like cutting trees?
Yes.
Right? And it was a thing where you were like, you need to get a gas powered chainsaw because you're going to sit there and eventually like cut a couple trees. But if you got a gas powered chainsaw, you could come behind me and cut 50. So it really wouldn't be worth my time to sit there and hack at the tree.
Right.
It'd be a similar thing with automation, where like you can work your ass off to like start a business where you like mow lawns. But if I have like a fleet of 1 million vehicles that can come out and automatically cut like 1,000 lawns a day, your lawn mowing business is never going to be able to compete with mine. So much so that it's not even really worth you doing it.
But that being said, why would I even attempt to start my own lawn mowing service when it's automated?
Absolutely. And so when everything's automated.
So whoever's pumping money into this lawn service to keep the robots up and running, why would I even attempt to get a job? Why would I care?
Right.
That's the problem.
I think that's an inevitability. Like the person who is able to create the lawn mowing service that's automated first will make all the money.
That's what I'm saying. You got one person making all the money, which in layman's terms would be big government, correct?
Or
it'd be big somebody. Somebody's big pumping money into this service.
But it wouldn't necessarily be the government. Like for example,
right? But it's going to be one person.
Sure.
Okay, so this one person is collecting money off of everybody else that they're doing lawn service for.
Sure.
Okay, so if nobody's working, because they're like, well, why should I start a lawn mowing service, or why should I do this, that, and the other? Because it's automated.
Right.
So how are they going to get their money out of mowing lawns?
How is the company going to?
Yes, company-wise, how is the already billionaire going to stay a billionaire with all this automated stuff if nobody's going to pump money back into the system to keep everything running? See, if you think about it this way, it's a big old wheel.
Right.
So the company I work for, they provide me a job. Right. I make the money, I go spend my money.
Yes.
That money then goes back into the job, which then provides me with money, I provide them with money, so on and so forth.
Yes.
It's all a money thing. So if you cut that line anywhere, yes, it sounds great at the beginning.
But then you don't have the wheel.
Yes, you don't have the wheel.
Sure. I think there are still plenty of things that people will try to achieve. Whether if you have
what's the point? Because everything's going to be automated.
Because of prestige. So for example, if let's say then everybody decides, okay, so they don't need their lawns cut anymore because we're not making money, so why do we spend
we can't pay for the service anymore.
Right. Yeah. So then you stop having your lawn mowed, but then there's the one rich dude who does have his lawn mowed. And he flexes. Y'all are all garbage trash people.
But why would the rich dude still stay rich?
Because they can continue to automate stuff and still continue to have things work.
But you can't, because if everybody starts paying for that service, then you're not getting any more money off that service. Because everybody's going to be like, well, I don't care to have my lawn cut anymore.
Sure, but if there's like if for example, I have that battery right there, right? And I can use solar panels to charge that battery. And then I use that battery and I hook up a little robot to that battery who just runs around and does stuff for me, automated. I don't have to pay that thing anything. Like that's a system that can keep doing what it does as long as I can get more batteries forever. Right. So that being the case, I don't have to make money in order to do that. I can just have it do that for me.
Okay, but again, what's the point in having this big service if nobody decides to do it?
To flex, to be better than people. For example, you could do it with the military, right? Like, hey, I'm gonna like have a service that like kills people, and if my service kills people, then I can do that even if it's automated 100%. even if nobody like is able to afford my service, it's still valuable for me to have a service
It's
that can fit
valuable
people.
for you.
Right. So
It's
you
not
would keep
valuable
doing it.
for community.
Yeah, but why would you need?
Why would
it
you
to
care
be
about the
valuable?
community?
Right.
Socialism.
I would argue like really hard capitalism, right?
No.
Why not?
Because capitalism keeps the world going round.
How?
Because of the wheel.
Sure, but if the wheel is something that continues to provide because of that ability for people to like
But then you're gonna run.
spend money,
It's gonna run into a full circle, bro.
right?
It's gonna run into a full circle.
Right.
Alright. So you have this product that's gonna. We'll use the lawn service, okay?
Sure.
So you have this product. It'll cut everybody's yellow lawn.
Right.
It sounds great.
Right.
Alright. Nobody's got a job, right?
I wouldn't feel like nobody would have a job, but sure, for this example, sure.
Well, you tell me.
I think people would continue to pursue things if they had a base level.
But
of
why
income.
would they continue to pursue things when they're just gonna get outed by automated shit?
For prestige.
It's just who's better than who.
Yeah, like for example, if you like
Okay.
drawing, you're gonna draw.
Why don't we
stuff
do something
regardless.
personal?
Sure.
Alright. Do you care about being prestigious?
Sure.
I
to
don't.
some extent. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna pay you to cut my own lawn, right?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna start cutting my own lawn.
Sure.
Okay, so what if half the nation does that?
Yeah.
So that's half your profit gone.
Sure.
That goes back into the robots to keep them up and running because you still got mechanical shit that's still got to be maintained.
But if those things are also automated, like eventually you don't need other people. To
So
do
you're
it.
saying that automated wise, they're gonna check oil, they're gonna check blades, they're gonna check belts, they're gonna clean out from under the deck.
Yeah.
So that's impossible.
It's not.
It
There
is.
are machines. It's one of the things that I studied as a physicist, and that Tiffany can tell you about as well. There are machines that's called like the perfect machine. It's called a von Neumann probe.
Okay,
It's named
so
after.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's named after a famous astrophysicist
Mhm.
who theorized that the best way for an alien civilization, or even a human civilization once it gets so far, to colonize the universe or the solar system would be for them to create a drone that can create from other resources another copy of itself. So it just has the ability to like take resources from the environment and build another of itself. Once you can do that, that's like a perfect machine. It can just keep doing that forever. If you have a machine that can build every single component that it needs to repair itself and maintain itself and make more of itself, like a human, like that can just breed basically, but like a machine that does that, then you can't stop it. It can just do that forever.
So you're using that saying, okay, we can create machines that does all this maintenance on the lawn service.
Mm-hmm.
So completely out human beings.
Yes. Eventually,
So
human
everybody
beings-
can just become fat fucks watching TV.
Yeah. Eventually, when humans are like no longer valuable compared to a machine, you have to still have a reason for humans to exist. And
So
I think
what's
we'll
the
just
point in humans existing?
we'll just come up with it. That's what we've been doing like forever. So like we've been surviving, but when like agricultural civilizations, you know, back in the prehistoric age, we hunted and gathered and we farmed.
Right.
And those were the things we did. But that took up like maybe like 4 or 5 hours of our day, max.
Yeah.
The rest of our day, we just like had sex and made art and did like whatever we wanted. Like we were just lazy fat fucks. Like because we just could.
Yeah.
So that being the case, like that's pretty much I think what we would do. We just continue to make art and BS and do whatever we want.
Okay, but what's the point in making art?
For fun.
For what reason?
For fun.
For fun.
Fun doesn't always have a reason. Like you just do stuff. Why do you jump in a pool? Like there's not like a beneficial reason.
I understand that. I get that. But for fun, you can't turn that into any kind of profit.
But why do you need profit if there are machines that can do everything better? Like if I told you, don't worry, I have this box, and anything you want, this box can make you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to pay it. You just tell it you want a thing, and it can make the thing for you.
Okay.
Then you don't need money.
But somebody needs money somewhere
Why?
to keep everything running.
But if there are machines that just buy, like their programming
Okay.
is to just make everything.
Who's gonna work on the fucking machines?
The machines. That's
So
what
you're going to have machines work on the machines?
Yeah.
Who's going to work on those machines?
The von Neumann probe design is specifically such that it's a machine that makes other copies of itself. So, like, for example, if you... Bless you.
I'm sorry, I'm allergic to your bullshit.
I appreciate it. No, but it's like a real concept that we're actively
But
pushing.
it's not.
It is.
You have to have human interaction somewhere.
You don't have to. You can.
You have to. You can't just... Who's going to create the machines to create the machines to create the machines to create the machines?
We have to do it once. And once we do it once, or something does it once...
What'd you call the program? The
Von Neumann probes.
Whatever. Whatever the fuck he said. Whatever.
Yeah.
Alright. Who's going to create that?
There are companies actively like working on that. There are like research institutes like actively doing that. So
okay, so you really think that humans are going to create something that's going to literally put every human being on the earth out of a job?
I imagine, and I would bet you on this, within the next 200 years that will happen. Like it's a fact.
Well, I'll take that bet.
Bet.
Because I ain't gonna be alive in 200 years.
You never know. You never know.
No, I ain't gonna be alive.
Fair enough. It's a thing where we've already started to do stuff with like 3D printers to where we're like designing 3D printers that can build parts for 3D printers. And then we're designing like robots that can assemble
the programs?
The computer. Like once you create...
Who's running the computers?
Eventually, like right now, there is a human in that process. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But we're researching things that make that human aspect of it smaller and smaller and smaller. Just like we do with any other thing. Like we automate it more and more and more.
I think at this point we're gonna have to call this argument. What do we call this? What do we call this?
Yeah, like it's like a debate. Yeah.
Okay, debate. We're gonna have to call this debate. I agree to disagree.
Fair.
And we're gonna have to move on from this.
Agree. New topic.
Because we're just gonna
go around in
circles.
circles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agree.
And it's no hard feelings. No hard feelings. Everybody on whatever the hell this is, no hard feelings.
I'm sure people have enjoyed it. We went up in viewers, so I'm sure, I think people are appreciating it. And I appreciate your like viewpoint.
I'll do this, no problem. Yeah. We're just gonna keep going around in circles. Like my feet are planted, your feet are planted. We're just gonna keep going around in circles. I mean,
fair enough.
That's what adults do. We just agree to disagree.
Agree. Let's see what people have been talking about.
All right, let's look.
Okay.
What you got?
Real Novus says this is like a roller coaster. Okay.
No, roller coasters up, down, side to side, and loopy loops, and we ain't doing none of that.
John Hancock was talking about your thing with the U.S. Patriotism isn't always for a singular country, but for an idea. The idea that our founding fathers built this nation from the idea is the idea I still follow. Liberty has many names, one of which is America. So he's like the same like founding father ideas is what he clings to, which is like America to him.
Okay, well, may I make a comment?
Yeah.
All right, so our founding fathers would have also shot our government in the face. They would have been stacking bodies by now.
Yeah, but our founding fathers also like owned slaves. Like
Okay, yeah. Yeah, they did. But they'd also been stacking bodies by now.
I agree.
Alright, so there's that. I'm not anti-government, but I'm not pro-government.
There are pros and cons.
Pros and cons, yes.
Agree.
Okay, pros, we can do what we're doing.
Yep.
Cons, well, they own slaves.
Yeah, yep. Fake name says, John Hancock says corn and sugar are the best cash crops. Fake name says...
Yes, you are right.
Fake name says, I'll be the first to make alcohol out of pure tea. So you're just gonna like ferment it? Like grapes?
Who is that?
Fake name.
Fake.
That's their name. Their name is fake name.
Fake name, alright, fake name. Without telling us, tell us how you're gonna make alcohol out of tea, just for my own benefit.
Agreed. I'm kind of curious about it as well.
I'm really curious on that.
Tell
us without telling us. Tell us what not to do.
Also, you're getting some fans. Fake name says I like this guy.
Oh, I'm getting fans?
Yeah, yep. That's you.
No, I ain't getting no fans. This is his show.
It's our show. We got it. Paxorus says, guys, I don't know. I think he does not like socialism. Was that not? Did you not get that? That was wild.
Well, yeah, I'll say it loud and clear. I don't do socialism. I don't do communism. But me and him, we're cool. Everything's cool. We can have separate viewpoints and still be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And if everybody else in fucking America would understand that, this world would be a lot better place. You know that?
Agree.
It would.
I think it's tough. Praxis says, Raspberry says, I'm still confused on what exactly socialism is.
Yeah, fuck it don't matter.
Look it up for yourself. Yeah. Praxis says, but I agree with this dude. Go over to China and tell them democracy rocks, and you may find yourself in a Tiananmen Square replica.
Go back to, who was that?
Paxorus.
Whatever the fuck your name is. Alright, don't go to China. Because that's where Corona come from. It's a China virus.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I had to throw that in there, man. I had to throw it in there.
John Hancock says, socialism means you own nothing, basically. I feel like that's an oversimplification, but I feel you.
Right, okay, hang on. Can I break these down if you don't mind?
Yeah, you got it.
Alright, so, what'd you say?
Those
John Hancock. Alright. Okay, I'm going to agree with you on that one. It is what you said it is. But at the same time, me and him done had a conversation. And it's fine. Again, I'm trying to oversimplify, and he's oversimplifying it, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
And we agree to disagree. We squashed that conversation. Everything's good to go.
Yes, sir. And a lot of this is like, they probably were commenting this as we were talking about it. So
I agree that. Yeah, we're behind on comments. Yeah. We are, because we did get into this little debate, and it's fine.
Yes, sir. Praxis says, but it's different to be noted there are different, but it is to be noted that there are different socialisms. Social democracy is democracy, but it helps the poor people as well. Think of Nordic countries and their freedoms.
Okay, well, that, again, we're going to get on another subject.
Again, all this is previous stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're going to just skip all the socialism because...
we're a dog short and a day late. Let's go ahead and skip to the bottom. What's the last comment?
Fair enough. Let's go through.
Sorry, everybody. We only got so many hours in a day, and it's currently not.
Let me see. Fake name says we can make it to where people own. Oh goodness. Okay. Okay. Still on socialism conversation for a minute. Real novice is way too many terms. Fair enough. We were throwing around a lot of jargon there. Real novice says I really need to study these political terms. It happens. I'm not an expert either. Don't worry.
Yeah, I ain't either. I ain't gonna act like an expert. Now, old dude that's talking about some tea turning into alcohol, I think that person's an expert. We need to start focusing on his comments or her comments. I'm not up on the political shit. He, she, it, whatever, I don't care.
We need to figure out their tea secrets. Edward Gerwer says, BTW, who is he talking to and where is he located at the moment? His garage or something? We're in like a shed sort of thing.
Yeah. Don't really matter at that point.
Yeah, we're in an undisclosed location. John Hancock says, why would you create a machine that would lead to the end of humans? I don't think it'd lead to the end. Previous conversation.
Yeah, previous conversation.
Richard Taylor says, greetings. Hey, good to see you, Richard. Everybody says, hey. Richard's somebody who joins in a lot. He's one of our citizens, actually. Real Novice says there'll always be humans. Yep. John Hancock says, I know our government in shambles. The government has too much power nowadays. Raspberry says,
John Hancock. Can you skip to the bottom there? Like, all the way to the bottom.
Oh, just go.
Yeah. All right. John Hancock. That last comment, you said that our government's in shambles. I agree. I bet you throw a jump, too.
Oh, goodness. Let's see.
I don't agree, though.
Edward Gerwer says, is he reading the comments or on Twitter at the moment? No, right now we're reading the comments. I still have yet to really get the Twitter thing going.
We're still under technical difficulty.
Yeah.
He is under technical difficulty. It's got technologically declined.
I have. Fair enough. Technological handicaps here. I'm not sure how to actually get this started.
You can't use handicap. You gotta use handicapable.
Oh my goodness. This is my This is my first attempt at a spaces thing. Let's see. Real Nova says these comments. Fake Name says distill tea leaves as long as it takes. Once you have alcohol, add whatever it takes to make it drinkable. Fair enough. So you're just gonna make like pure liquor as hard as possible. Fake Name replied about the tea thing. They were like distill tea leaves for as long as it takes. Once you have alcohol, add whatever it takes to make it drinkable. Brute force, baby. It sounds like
Brute force, baby. I got you.
It sounds like they. Have you done this before? Like, it sounds like they have a concept.
You can't answer that. Don't answer that. Just give us an eh. Give us an eh.
Edward says, oh, good to know. Fake Name says no. Also, 11 viewers, 10 likes. Thank you guys for the viewers, and thank you for the likes. Please keep liking. Get more people in this conversation. We need more comments in here. Mm-hmm. John Hancock says, always is fun to put some bread yeast in the family apple juice. Oh, good. Oh, to make like bootleg liquor. Weird. I feel like it's gonna be gross for a while. Like, how do you make that actually taste decent?
The tea?
John Hancock was like, put bread yeast in apple juice to like get it to ferment and make like alcohol out of that.
John said that? John Hancock?
Yeah.
John Hancock. Does that make apple pie?
Does it make apple pie?
Yeah, I want to know, John Hancock, does it make apple pie?
It makes a weird liquor, I feel like a gross, stinky liquor. Richard Taylor says, loving the t-shirt. They're hyped about your t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, Walmart, like $10.
Very nice. Very nice. I like the bandana on it, too. It's very solid.
Well, fuck, I don't know. It's a sleeveless shirt, and I'm not a sleeveless shirt. I don't give a shit what's on it.
But it's cool, dude. I like
It
it.
could be two dudes fucking. I don't care.
I appreciate it. Flare Tree says hi. Hey, Flare Tree, how are you? We got 12 viewers. Thank you guys for hanging out and liking for us, helping to spread the word. Fake Name says the American Jew died to preserve its values in my empire. Interesting. John Hancock says sometimes. Praxis says it's worth a mention. We're just Galania. Oh, good to see you, Galania.
What's Galania?
Micronations. They're somebody who joins our comments a lot, so I just know they're
right. What's up?
familiar with them.
I'm not a part of his Micronation. Just throwing that out there. I'm just here.
A part of the
I
conversation.
didn't want to play a card game.
Yes, that's how we both ended up.
Yeah.
we adopted a new look because of our flag. We was out of date with the states. We used to have 5, and the only part of Galania that has meaning was gold.
What's your flag look like?
That is true. Hit us up in the Discord. Show us your flag, Galania.
Yeah.
Richard,
as long as that ain't a Nazi flag.
that is true.
We shoot Nazis right in the fucking face.
Yep, and we also don't allow any Nazi imagery in our Discord, so
Yes,
that works.
Agreed.
Richard Taylor says I buy most of my teas at Walmart. Very cool. Walmart respect.
Yeah, but how do you make it into alcohol is what I want to know.
How do you make that apple juice into alcohol? We were trying to figure that out.
And John Hancock, you said sometimes it tastes like apple pie.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, sometimes. Yep, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. Edward says I've had apple pie moonshine before. Is it good? Like, is it just
Yes,
flavored?
apple pie moonshine. Oh my God, you'll have what to say? A cup like this. I guess y'all can agree. Y'all can see this cup, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so a cup like this of apple pie moonshine. You think, oh my God, it's going down smooth until you get up off your chair
Hammered.
and you're kissing the floor.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard that with any type of moonshine. It's just
Apple pie, if you make it right, buddy. Apple pie will knock your dick in the dirt.
I imagine so. Flare Tree says I'm good. How are you? Edward Gerwer says, have you ever read Sir John Pasha Glove's article, The Fate of Empires and the Search for Survival? Good article on history and societal collapse. I haven't read that. Sounds interesting.
These comments is the most I read, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. It happens. I read a lot of these comments too. This is a 90% of my reading as well. Raspberry Tea-Man, that and YouTube videos. Raspberry Tea-Man says, okay, I have an idea for my coins. I was going to 3D print them with the current design worth 7 US cents. Is this a good idea? So this is something that's really interesting.
All right, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Raspberry Tea-Man.
Raspberry Tea Man. I hope you're in cahoots with the other tea person that's making alcohol, but hey, we'll see.
We gotta figure it out.
Yeah, y'all should cahoots with one another.
Yeah. So all these people who are creating countries, they're like, you create a country, you have like a flag, you have a name, you like get people together,
Yes.
and then they're like, we want to make a currency.
Okay.
But here's the
outside of U.S. currency.
They're like, yeah, we want to make
Okay.
our own currency. But here's the thing that's weird about that. So you can technically make something if you want to that's like a souvenir, and you can just give that to people if you want,
Yeah.
and there's no problem with that.
Right.
But nowadays there are laws, especially since like cryptocurrencies have come out, because people will like, because people will like start cryptocurrencies and they'll get a whole bunch of people to use them, and then all of a sudden they'll make the cryptocurrency worthless and they'll take everybody's money.
Yes.
So because of that, the government started saying, well, you can't do that. You have to like get licenses in order to like create a currency officially, legally through the government.
May I stop you?
Yep.
Okay.
Also,
What is our dollar based off of? No longer based off of gold.
It's a fiat currency. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just based off of what we want.
Aeternia.
Yep.
Okay. So
the faith and trust of the United States.
dude talking about, or chick, whatever the fuck you are, I don't really give a shit. Talking about his 3D printed coins. Why can that not be currency? Because we're already pulling dollar bills out of thin air.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay. So
It's-
now continue.
Yeah, it's not that can't be a thing. You can do anything you want to, but there are certain things that are illegal to do. That if you do them,
What
you
makes
will
it
be
illegal?
faced. The fact that the police will come and put handcuffs on you after
Because
you
the
do it.
government says it's illegal.
Right.
Okay, continue.
So anyway, that's just been something that's been a large sticking point for our community.
Yeah.
Is I want to create a currency for Aeternia, but the way that I'm doing that is we have it right now as a souvenir. We sell it online, but we say you can't actually like get money for this.
Okay.
Like if you buy it, you can't then ask for your dollar back.
Sort of like those pennies you put in the machine to squish them
Mhm.
and put some kind of imprint on it. Something similar to that, right?
Right. It's not a penny anymore. It's like a souvenir.
Right, yeah, okay, yeah.
Right. So similar idea.
Uh-huh.
But eventually we want to purchase what they call a money transmitter's license to be able to make that into a currency. So then I could go to like businesses and say, hey, if you accept this currency, I have this license that allows you to do that, and now we can like circulate it.
Just
and,
like
pass it.
Bitcoin now. It used to be not fucking shit, and you can go to a fucking Lamborghini dealership and buy a Lambo.
Right. And so that's the thing that's like weird in the community, is that a lot of people are really hype about starting their own currencies. But I think eventually some people are going to start getting in trouble because they're just like, I don't need that. Like, I don't care about the license or whatever. And right now they're so small that I don't think anybody's really looking at it. But I feel like eventually one of these groups is going to start doing a lot, and then they're going to get in trouble. So I'm always wary of that when people talk about creating a currency. Like, you can do whatever you want. Like, your idea sounds good to make a thing. Just be careful because you need that license if you get serious with it.
And you have to have something to back it up, which in this case would be your license, correct? Okay. So, from what I'm gathering, again as an outsider, because I ain't a part of whatever the fuck it is y'all are part of, the Micronations. Alright. So, yeah, you can 3D print your own money, but you have to go through the license. You have to have something to convert it into actual money.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay.
And that's,
So, what would you say? That's a good idea, right?
I would say so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, 3D print all you fucking want, man.
Mhm.
And if you've already got license and you claim that it's worth 7 cents US dollar,
Yeah, I think that's what they said.
all right, 7 cents, 2 cents, whatever the fuck it cents it is. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, go ahead, do it.
Yep.
I say do it. What do you say?
I say do it. You can even start, because I imagine you don't have the license yet. You can even, like we did, print them, make them look cool, and then you can sell them online, but you just can't actually like transact them as a currency and get like when you say they're worth 7 US cents.
Yeah,
You
okay.
could sell them for 7 US cents if you wanted to.
Yes.
You just can't then, if someone gives you one, give them back 7 US cents.
There you go. All right, there we go. All right, you don't hit the points where I was going. There you go. Yes.
Sir. Perfect. So yeah,
So,
good
what about-
idea.
What about them teas?
Fake name says yeast eats the sugar, creating ethanol. So yeah, they're like alcohol from.
Whoa, ethanol. We talking about some fucking race gas right there. We talking about I can run my dune buggy off that.
Yeah, and that's moonshine. That's alcohol.
Yeah, you totally could actually.
Yeah.
Moonshiners actually used to do that back in the day. If they were like running low on fuel and they had to actually get going real quick.
The old bootleg. Yeah.
Yes.
For it. Yeah, I've heard of that too. That's pretty cool. So I think that's what they were saying with the apple juice. Is you get the yeast and you put it in the apple juice.
Oh, that's where John Hancock was saying that sometimes it would taste like apple juice. Bro, I totally get you now. Yeah, all right.
We're putting the dots. We're figuring it out.
Thank you for telling us without actually telling us. Keep that shit to yourself.
Secret ingredients.
Yes.
Paxorus says, Paxorus means piece of the key, and our flag could probably stand no matter how many times we change our states. Good for you. Good luck with the stuff you're doing. Richard says, AP, I had birthday number 50 on the 9th. Happy birthday, Richard. That's awesome.
I don't know what AP means except for armor penetration.
That's me.
You're AP?
Yes.
What's your name?
AP.
That's it?
For these purposes. It's my initials.
Oh. Duh. Okay. I got you.
Yeah. I'm not trying to dox exactly, but yeah. Yes, sir.
Holy fuck.
And it's actually, I went by that because it's what my mom used to call me. It was the nickname that my mom called me.
Yeah. I got you.
Flare Tree says, how big is your micronation going to be? For us, we're probably not going to make it like anything crazy. Of course, we want to get as big as we can. We want to help as many people as we can. And I want to make as much money as I can. But that being the case, we have to go at a reasonable scale. So right now, we're really just looking to like provide housing for myself and my family. And then from there, kind of growing out to build these small businesses. So right now, we have 3.5 acres. Until we get that fully developed and making a good bit of money, we're probably just sticking with 3.5 acres. Once we make enough, if we save up and we say, hey, we can now sell that and buy 10 acres or keep that and buy another 4 acres or whatever, then we'll do that. But we're taking it one step at a time right now. Also, again, congratulations, Richard. We need to do some cool thing for your birthday. We need to do like a special celebration. We could.
I'll show you a titty.
We could pop a titty for you.
How many likes can we get?
Oh, no.
To show him a titty.
For titty. Oh, goodness. We already are getting more likes. Flare, she says, how big is your micronation? Praxis says, congratulations, Richard. Again, happy birthday, Richard. We got to do something. Richard. Yeah.
John Hancock, that's my boy.
Yes, sir. He said, I'm making my currency for New Welland from actual metal with a melt value so that others may use it for what it's actually worth. It helps to stop inflation. Very cool. So you're doing like a metals-backed currency. That's pretty cool. I know there are a few micronations who do stuff like that, where they're like, we want to do like the gold standard equivalent, but they'll pick like a metal, and they'll be like, one of these is worth so much metal.
What some steel railroad spice I told you?
Oh, to use that as like the basis for it? You could do that. I guess I think what a lot of these nations do is they do it based on the like scrap value of the thing. So I think you could do it that way, but you have to have a lot of it. I haven't.
They're heavy.
Oh, really? Oh, they're like the big, like
the big old spikes are about that long. They're probably about that big around. That's what they actually hammer down in.
Yeah.
Used to. I don't know what the fuck they use now.
I'm sure it's probably similar.
Yeah.
Very good.
You're gonna have to move this because I don't touch it.
Touch yourself. Yeah.
I'm gonna cut myself.
Let's move that right there. Okay. Very cool. Edward says, I want to make my own micronation realist in Spain. Hey, congratulations.
In Spain?
Mm-hmm. There are people all over the world who watch this channel. Yeah, it's really crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It's really crazy.
I ain't never seen no Spain nothing.
Yes, sir. I've also never really been to Spain or heard much about it, but very cool. I would love to travel outside the U.S. one day.
All right, how about this? And we'll just say 10 words or less. Explain Spain to us. Somebody who's never been to Spain, don't know shit about Spain.
Thousands of years of history. Recap it. 10 words. Hit us up.
Like, is it cool? Is it lame? Like, what is Spain?
Let us know. Raspberry says, my coin is based off the cost of filament used. Oh, like the plastic. Makes sense. So if it's like 7 cents worth of filament, that's what you sell it for. Pretty cool. I would say then that you're pretty much just giving it away at that point. Like you might want to add a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so if it's 7 cents, let's just say 10 cents. How about that? That way, you'll go more with quantity, right?
Right.
Versus anything else. Basically, I mean, if you're talking about 7 cents, so we'll just say 10 cents. Try to start doing it 10 cents. Like, holy fuck, inflation's a bitch. Now we're at 10 cents.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. And then that way you make a little bit for the time that you have to spend just to print all these. Also, if you're gonna like sell them online or something, or give them to your friends or whatever, you may have to like ship them, and then you have to add like shipping costs.
Yeah, and
so,
what a stamp alone is 25 cents. So there's that.
So you got to factor all that stuff if you want to grow it. Praxis says, at Edward, that's the cost of nearly 5 acres over here in Michigan. Hey, very cool.
Yeah, fuck Michigan.
Paris says also, you're welcome, Richard. Fake name says, damn the USG. Oh, dang.
What the hell is USG?
I guess they're saying U.S. government. I don't know. They're getting kind of hard.
Yeah, damn the USG. I feel you, buddy.
Oh, goodness. Getting wild out here.
Oh, yeah.
Edward says...
You invited me on this shindig.
It's all good. It's all good. Freedom of speech. You got it. Edward says, good amount of land for the cost. Agreed. Fake name says, although you could just make the argument of it's an exchange of items in a barter, but bartering is still taxable in the United States. And that's part of the reason why they're like, you have to have this license in order to do that. Bartering even between companies. If companies like give each other a gift, that gift is taxable. And if you don't, hit up his girlfriend deals with like finance stuff, and she'd hit you up hard on it.
Okay,
she would tell you all that stuff.
May I stop you there? Yeah. So you're talking about, well, if you barter, you gotta do this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Has anybody heard the saying or expression, "What Mama don't know won't hurt you"?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. What are you, oh my goodness about? Hit me up here.
If it's a small scale thing, if
it's a small scale, okay. So what is a micronation?
It's small.
Small scale.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're bartering within one another, correct?
Frequency, I think, is the key there. If you have a lawnmower that I want.
Oh, we're not doing
lawnmowers.
I'm doing lawnmowers.
if you have a pickaxe that
okay.
I want, and I have a chainsaw that you want. Even I think that'd be a weird even exchange. But if we
I feel like I'd give you the pickaxe and one chicken.
Okay, pickaxe and one chicken for a chainsaw, and we trade those. We feel like that's an even swap.
Yeah.
We might be able to do that one time, and that's fine. If all of a sudden we started doing that like hundreds of times every week, eventually somebody's gonna go, this is like a lot of value that's being moved around. Like
but
if you own a chicken
know?
Eventually, the U.S. government would figure it out.
But who's going to know? Who's going to rat you out to the government?
Okay, so for example, let's say I raise chickens, right? And I, like you said, chicken farm.
Okay,
so
are we talking about fuck chickens or non-fuck chickens?
Eating chickens.
He's fucking the chickens.
We're eating the chickens.
He's fucking the chickens.
If you have a chicken farm, and then, okay, so you have... you make a moonshine, right? Okay. And so you're wanting to expand your moonshine business. I'm wanting to expand my chicken farm. You need stuff to eat. I want moonshine to drink. So we exchange those things back and forth. Okay. And then I start saying, well, this guy over here is a carpenter, and he builds houses. And I need houses to increase my chicken, farm thing. So then now I'm bartering.
I just understood that.
Yeah,
So eventually it's going to widen out to where it's going to attract somebody, the wrong body, attention.
Yes, and eventually the U.S. government will go, so basically what you're doing is you're saying that all the business you're running is a barter system, so you're not paying any taxes, and that's a crime.
Barter system,
If you're doing like one friendly exchange with your neighbor, it's probably not anything crazy. Don't evade taxes.
I'm not saying to not to. I'm just saying shut the fuck up. That's all I'm saying. Like if you're gonna do it, shut up.
Official policy of the channel: don't evade taxes, but you do you.
Right here.
Don't evade taxes. We're not gonna evade taxes. That's a quick way to get yourself in trouble.
I got you. Taxation's theft, but hey, you do you.
Fake name says, although you could make the argument it was barter exchange. We just read that one. Edward says, I'm just saving up the money and hoping on big dreams. Currently, I got the big dreams, but no money to back it up. That's how you start. That's
and
how
I say
start.
hope in one hand and money in the other.
Yep.
Or shit in the other. Whichever one you want, buddy.
You build it up. You got it.
You make dreams come true by money.
Yes, sir. Fake name says, since it classifies as a souvenir. I feel like it depends on how wide you go. Raspberry says, thank you for your feedback. Of course. Raspberry says, fake name, I'm starting a business to sell stuff. I will sell stuff as souvenirs for the country. Congrats. That's pretty much what we do now.
Yeah. Good job.
Richard says, if you want to get me something, find me a girlfriend. I'm tired of being lonely. Oh, Richard, I believe in you. How's the girl that you've been connecting with? Richard hit me up a while back, and he was like, I found a lady. Like, we connected really well. Like, I knew her from, like, a while back in my life, and we, like, just connected. That was really cool.
Hey,
keep me up.
All else fails, get on adamandeve.com and get yourself a pussy.
Oh, no.
I put it this way. If it's got tits or tires, it's going to cause you problems.
Oh, no. I feel like your girlfriend would have some stuff to say.
You want to go bring her in here and tell her the same thing?
Okay, I'm gonna end the Twitter space because I feel like eventually, if we are on there, people are gonna be like, "What are they talking about?" But we're still here. We're still in the YouTube live stream.
So we're on YouTube, but can't get on Twitter.
I'm closing down Twitter because I'm not sure if we actually were able to get through.
Holy fucking shit! What is all of this?
A ton of apps. Some of it's games. Some of it's like live stream.
Bro, I had a gaming PC and I had that much shit.
I don't have any.
Holy fuck! You got two different keyboards.
Yeah, because my keyboard's broken, so I have to use this one to plug in. And yeah, it's all.
That one's kind of fucker too, but
It is. I have like missing keys. He's talking about this situation where I have a laptop which has a keyboard, and then I have a whole keyboard with like missing keys. It's great.
Got cookies.
We do have cookies. We're repping the cookies. Let's see. Okay. Richard, I believe in you. Keep me updated. Do you do like dating sites? Like, let us know how that works. I used to
don't do Twitter, or not Twitter.
Tinder.
Tinder. Yeah.
I used to not like Tinder as well. It's hit or miss. Fake name says Rome, Goths, Umyadids, Catholics, Franco now. That's Spanish history. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. He was almost at 10. You got it.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. But hey, guess what? I don't understand any of that.
I also
said.
All
right, so put that in 10 words in English. Appreciate you.
We got Rome. We got that one.
Yeah. Wait. What if that's places? Go back. If it says Rome, what the hell it says? Rome.
So Rome, and then I think it's
Rome Goths. What the hell is that other one?
Umyadids.
I don't know what Umyadids is. Catholics, right?
Right.
Okay.
Franco. Gotcha.
I fucked that up.
You're good. Franco now. So they're saying like that's the timeline of I think people who ruled Spain. Like those are like big Spanish periods in history.
Okay, but we need more specifications. Basically, like, hell yeah. I mean, well, first of all, you got to answer: have you been to America? And second of all, have you compare it to America?
Fair enough. They may be
Southern America, not Northern. So, I mean, no offense to everybody else, but fuck y'all at the same time. You know what I mean?
Chris Murphy says, not sure about Spain, but greetings from Wales. Hey, it's good to see you, Chris.
Wales!
UK out here. It's good to see you.
Kicked your ass back in 1776.
Ooh, but they got us too. They were in the White House. It was a whole thing. Raspberry T-Man says Spain is full of I heard that was a thing a lot.
Spain is what? Full of what?
Spain is full of plateaus and mountains. There's a cool trail there. Thanks a lot for all the coin ideas.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I dig you on that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty. It's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's what I get. Like I can picture just like rolling hills and grass, and we got fucking trees. What is that? A fucking tree. What's over there? A fucking tree.
All the trees.
Yeah, we got trees.
So one thing, Jason, do you hunt?
I used to.
Okay.
Depending on what kind of hunt.
Sure. My dad likes deer hunting and squirrel hunting, but he watches a lot of hunting shows.
Yes.
And one of the things he'll do is he'll watch like international hunting shows. One of the only things I know about Spain at all is that there's good ibex hunting in Spain.
What in the fuck is an ibex?
Ibex are like kind of like goats. They're like mountain goats.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
and
yeah,
they're like
I
these
actually see
they're
that
like
shit.
rams with like the
Yeah,
big
they shoot them
horn.
off the top of the fucking hills and they just come rolling down. They're dead before they hit the bottom.
Yep,
Yeah,
that
I got
exactly.
you, yeah.
There's like world famous ibex hunting in Spain. That's one of the only things I know about Spain. Paxorus says His Majesty FT may be going on a train to Toronto this summer. Very cool. Good luck on the Toronto trip. Let us know how it goes. Take pictures.
Dude, bro, I'm so confused. I don't know what FT is.
I think it's these people's name. Like sometimes I'm not sure either, but it context-wise, it seems like His Majesty FT. So it sounds like it's the leader of their nation is named FT.
Oh, and
they're going
to
to
Canada.
Toronto.
I
Yeah,
got you. All right.
yeah. Very cool.
So why don't you just say my fucking leader is going to Canada?
Because that's the fancy way of saying my leader's.
Alright, again, for anybody who's new, he invited me on this show. I'm not a part of his Micronation. Just clarify. If I say things that offend you, fuck you, I find that funny too.
We're trying to teach you the decorum of the Micronations.
Yes, he is teaching me along the way, and I apologize for everybody. But also I don't care.
We got it. It's fun. It's fun.
It's
I'm
fun.
enjoying it.
We've had fun so far.
Yes, sir. Edwin Gerwer says, unfortunately, I don't currently live in Spain, but would put my micronation due to a price of a small village over there. Literally, the village, they're selling some abandoned villages for approximately $50,000.
Whoa.
That's cool. Like a whole town.
Wait, yeah, okay, what's the dude's name?
Edward.
Edward, explain the size of this village for 50,000. Are we talking about 50,000 US?
I imagine
about-
they put the dollar sign. So
Okay,
I
so
guess.
I'm assuming, we're talking about 50,000 US. Okay, you're going to have to explain the size of this village. Are we talking about like 2 huts? Or are we talking about 50 huts? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, also, I'm curious because, like, is it a village that has, like, working stuff? Or is it, like, it's a whole bunch of, like, broken down buildings on the side of a hill or something?
Yeah, you're going to have to go into a little more detail. I'm not talking about blow up notifications. I'm just talking about, let's go into some detail on that one.
Yeah. Paxer says, greetings from Southeast Michigan. Good to see you, Paxer.
I don't fuck with you.
How's, wait, Southeast? I'm garbage with geography, especially local geography. Is that anywhere near Detroit? I'm curious. John, I feel like it's not. I feel like you're not near Detroit. John Hancock says, New Welland money shall never be taxed. God defend live. You're still going to be taxed by the U.S. government. I don't know what you mean.
The U.S. government's kind of a bitch.
Let's
be honest here.
They come for that money.
Yeah.
Real Nova says, LOL. Raspberry says, gotta go for now. I might not return, so bye. Good to see you, Raz.
Bye, Raz.
Next time. Everybody says, see ya. Fake name retracted 2 of their comments. What were you gonna say, fake name?
Yeah, bro, just go ahead. Just hit us with it.
We gotta figure this out.
You done seen our little arguments or discussions, whatever the hell you want to call it. There's no way you can offend me.
Yes, sir. And he may have been spilling the secrets on some more tea info.
Oh, don't do that. Do not spill your secrets on the tea.
He retracted.
Yes, do that. Don't tell us.
Richard says, it didn't work out. I found out she was still... What?
Wow.
Richard, no.
Hope you didn't poke it.
Oh, gosh. That's...
Hey, retract that. Retract that right now. Retract.
Wait, so I'm confused. I thought it was like an older way. I thought you were telling me at some point
Bro,
that the person...
Go get me a drink.
No, you're good. I'll be here. I'll be here.
You want anything?
Oh, sure. If you can make me whatever you had, I would appreciate it.
You like that?
Yeah, it was good. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so Jason will be right back. Richard, hit me up on that, though. I'm kind of curious. I thought the last time that you and I talked, the person that you were speaking to had like a woman, had a child that you said was like in her 20s. So I figured it was someone that was closer to your age, especially because you said you hadn't seen her in like 25 years or something. So like how did that work? Also, this person that you're talking about, I imagine was like an online relationship or something. This is interesting. I feel like you really shouldn't like go for online relationships. You should really try and get to know people in person. Always, of course, ask about their age. Always try to like talk to people and get to know people that are gonna be upfront and direct with you and let you know the situation. That's dangerous. Please be careful and please don't talk to people who are underage. It doesn't seem like you were trying to, but that's scary. That's a concerning situation for all parties. Flare Tree says, bruh. Elijah says, I hate people who commit tax fraud. This is not the world I want to raise my 23 dependents in. Agreed. Don't do tax fraud. I feel like your thing was a joke, but don't do tax fraud. Richard says, I don't like dating sites. It's hard for me to build a connection that way. That's true. I think it's interesting because the way that a lot of stuff is nowadays, especially post-pandemic, but even before the pandemic, I feel like this is how it was. It's hard to approach people in public. And I think because there's so much difference in people's life experience, sometimes there are more and more people who are growing up in an era where it's not common to be approached in public or courted in public. A lot of the time, you either meet somebody naturally through like an associated event that you connect to, like work or like, you know, a recreational activity that you do together, a club, a social event, something like that, that you may kind of connect to through, or you meet online, which is, you know, also its own kind of difficult thing, and we talked about that. So that's interesting. I wish you luck, Richard. I would say maybe like music. If you like music and you go to particular music festivals, or if you like have to do any kind of like public events for work or something, maybe you can find somebody through that. I know there are like local speed dating things, especially in like bigger cities. Maybe you could hit up that. One of the things that may be interesting as well, there are a lot of social groups that are online social groups that specifically do public meetups. So you could do a thing where you're not hitting up a dating site, like you're not trying to look for people dating online, but you join a social group that's online that says, hey, we're all into this type of music. We're all into riding bikes. We're all into comic books or whatever. And we meet up at this place at this time in public regularly. And there are plenty of events and there are plenty of like social media apps that specifically do that. There are like Facebook groups that are all about like groups of people who are friends online meeting up in public based around common interests. You could go to one of those meeting events and social gatherings and then eventually find somebody who you're interested in and kind of connect that way. I think that'd be like a genuine way to do it. First off, Tiff's bringing an adorable puppy in here. Y'all are gonna flip. This is one of the cutest puppies I've ever seen in my life, and Tiff has taken a whole bunch of cute pictures of it. Come, be careful, there's a whole bunch of like wood shavings. Tiffany's barefoot, and she's trying to walk over here, and Richard's immediately gonna say love to Tiffany. So preemptive love to Richard. Also, it's Richard's birthday on the 9th, and he's gonna love this.
Happy early birthday.
Happy late birthday.
Happy late birthday, sorry.
Look at this puppy. Look at this puppy, y'all. Why does he have so much stuff?
I know, that's why I brought him in here. I want to put down my soda without him like spilling it.
He's got pickers on him.
I know. I'm about to pick them off.
You baby. Look at that puppy. Puppy wuppy. There are two of them. They're really cute and they've been stumbling all around. They also came out of a dog that was like basically the same size as them now. They're large puppies for that dog. Fake name says I'm in Missouri. Fake name says love Missouri. My Micronation started out as the Missouri Secession Party. Interesting. Tell me about your opinions on like secession then, because we've talked about that before as well. We've talked about like California secession and independent stuff. We've like interviewed some of their people before. I feel like secession versus micronationalism is like there's sometimes things that people unify together, but I think should be kind of considered separately, because a lot of the time secession is about like, first we have to separate ourselves from this country we're in, and then we'll be independent. We're like trying to take land away from the country that we're in and make it its own thing. Whereas I think micronationalism is more so about saying, we are not taking land away from another country. We just are already another country. Like, we collectively as a group of people identify and see ourselves and are trying to establish a reputation as another country. You're not trying to take land or resources or power away from a previously existing group of people. You're just trying to create an entirely new entity that is from the start separate from that, so that there's no need to secede. And I think that's one of the more successful strategies that micronations employ. Manu says, hey Manu, good to see you. Manu says, what are we talking about? So initially we were trying to get on Twitter on Twitter Spaces, but I'm gonna have to change the name of this live stream to like hanging out with Jason. Essentially, we were trying to get on Twitter Spaces to talk about micronational stuff, but now, hey puppy, now we're in a situation where we were introducing Jason to, the idea of micronationalism. Jason is a part of Tiffany's family by way of being like a boyfriend. So one of the family friend connection, that sort of thing. Jason has never heard of Micronations before, so we are explaining Micronations to Jason. He's getting to experience some of the community and ask you guys questions. We've been talking about politics. We were talking about like socialism and communism and democracy and all that for a while. We were talking about like technology. We were talking about moonshine. We were talking about currencies for micronations. I feel like Jason's getting to see a good bit of insight into our community from a perspective of someone who has never heard of it before. So if you guys have anything that you want to talk to somebody who's completely detached from the community about, this is a great opportunity to do that. Jason just walked away to go make himself another drink, but he's going to be back and we're going to be able to talk to him more. So if there's anything that you have wanted to express to somebody who doesn't know about this community that you feel like is important for people to know, if you are somebody like many people in this community who are worried about talking to people outside of the community about micronationalism, this is your opportunity to like start that out. This is your opportunity to see somebody's natural reactions to the micronational community. Fake name says at Manu a lot of things. That is true. It has been a lot. But ultimately, it's been about Jason's initial experience learning about micronations. Retro Films and History says, good evening, AP. I was just playing Xbox with my friend. Thought I'd pop in. Hey, I appreciate it, Retro Films and History. It means a lot. The more that you guys watch and hang out, the more watch time hours we get. The more watch time hours we get, the closer we get to monetization. Believe it or not, even after 3 years on YouTube, over 1,000, nearly 2,000 subscribers. We're at like 1,740 subscribers. We still don't have monetization. So this summer is our push. We have like 3,300 watch time hours right now. We're going from 33, we're trying to push into 34. We need 100 more watch time hours to get to 34, or really like 95 or something like that more watch time hours to get to 3,400. We need 4,000 watch time hours, so we need to get about 700 more. And because it's 4,000 watch time hours in a 365-day period, in a year period, we have to constantly be increasing the amount of watch time hours we get every stream so that our watch time number doesn't decrease. And that's something that happens regularly. We're combating our old videos who pass a year old on the channel, which lose all of their watch time hour counts for our videos, and trying to make new live streams increase those counts. So as you guys come in, if you're interested in what we're talking about, and if you enjoy hanging out in here, please sit with us, please spark up a conversation, and please invite your friends, because we're trying to hit that 4,000 watch time hours. The more people who are in this chat, and the longer they stay in this chat, the more watch time hours we get, and it's a multiplying factor. So if we got like 40 people in a stream at one time, we would need very few. We would only need 100 watch time hours to reach the 4,000 watch time hours from zero. So this is something we're actively developing.
I'm back, bitches.
Hey, Jason is back. We'd actually only need 40, but my math was off. Fake name says, I made a spelling mistake. All good. It would have made no sense. This is regard to the retracted messages. Hey, I appreciate it. We're still glad to have you.
Okay, that's all right. I got
spelling mistakes.
So you're keeping your T secrets though?
Yes.
Oh.
Secret T secrets. Richard says, AP, I'm interested in younger women. The older woman was an office worker. Hey, it's me here. There's 2 puppies in here now. Hey, we got the whole gang in here. We were talking about accounting stuff.
Hi, how can I help?
Hey, so we were talking about the concept that businesses have to consider barter transactions as taxable income.
You gonna sweep this floor out?
Yeah. Yep.
I
For sure.
would say technically yes. I think it would be taxable income.
Yes, because in the micronational community, this is Megan, everybody, by the way.
This is the one that I made a comment that if it's got tits or tires, it's gonna give you problems. There you go. There's an ass kicking right there.
So a lot of micronations want to create currencies, and when we're trying to do that, right now we're trying to save up for something called a money transmitter's license, which means that we like set up with the U.S. government our things similar to like Bitcoin and other stuff as like a legally tradable currency.
Yeah.
But if you don't do that and you just barter something that you make up, you're not paying taxes on that, and that's considered like
It would be
illegal
tax
gains.
fraud. Yeah.
Right. So that's what we were talking about, the
Yeah.
need for doing that.
There you go.
So
The IRS is not fun.
yeah. And this is from an accounting expert, so listen to that with more sincerity than me for sure.
Looks like a spot you
Richard.
Hey, who's the dude that commented about the teeth thing?
Oh goodness,
What was his name? Her name? Yeah, there is the purple dots.
Praxis?
I guess, yeah. I remember it being purple.
Oh goodness, maybe. Oh, they left.
Oh shit.
Oh, I guess
Yeah.
you ain't as cool as you thought you were, huh?
Got them. People just been dipping in and out. Let me see. Let's see where our next comment was. Richard said AP Michigan. One of the older woman.
They can make some chewing tobacco.
Yes. Maybe.
Hey, Micronation, if you can make some chewing tobacco,
That's
what's up. Everybody's got an addiction. You gotta feed it somehow.
That's true. If you can grow.
How much beer to drink?
3 of these and 12 beers.
Yeah. I'll drive it home.
Yeah.
Richard said the
That's
older
actually a
woman
double shot. So
was an
matter-
office worker where I used to work. The one I'm talking about works as a cashier in a local store.
5 of
Oh
those
goodness. Well, at least you met them in person, but that is like a concerning thing.
is a double
I would
shot.
say make that like a big priority in your conversations. Again, be careful. Retro says, be careful with that. I don't even seek relationships anymore because most of the people I went to school with are 17 or 18, and I don't want to mess with that, me being 19. Agreed. It's important. It's important to like mess with people your own age. Richard Taylor says, love to Tiffany. Yeah, as always.
Everybody says love to Tiffany.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't like me.
they do. They
I
do.
don't say anything now.
That's because they don't know how mean she is.
I'm not mean.
These clapbacks. Retro Films and History says fake name the Confederacy tried in the 1860s, so I don't think secession will turn out good in the U.S. Agreed.
Hey, did Spain dude ever comment back like in English?
I don't think so. He said there's a better article on Spanish abandoned towns, but real quick, before we get to that, let me continue reading this.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. We're just getting to it. We're working our way.
I got you.
Praxis says fluff. Yeah, the little floofy puppies.
Yeah, fluff.
Jason won't let me have a fluff. I want a fluff.
Megan
This
wants a
isn't
fluff.
about fluffs. This is about Micronation.
It's about Micronation fluffs.
And I'm wiggling.
Jason, well, I'm gonna keep you on track if it's about Megan trying to want a puppy.
Fair. Fake name says retro. Believe
Damn,
me, I
Tiff
know.
knows me too well.
Fake name says retro. Believe me, I know. I am one of the few Southerners who knows the generational humiliation of South, but I don't like the Confederacy.
And what part of South?
That is
South
true.
of what?
South of what? Fake name. Jason wants to know.
Yeah,
He said,
I want to know.
but I support secession because the USG is too powerful and must lose power. I don't know. I don't recommend secession as a way to go. That's not a good idea. Praxis says we should play Hearts of Iron 4 together. Just imagine the chaos as we completely define our own beliefs because war justification.
Hey, you know what we should play together? Ourselves.
Oh, good. Don't encourage Chase. Edward says this is a better article on Spanish abandoned towns. I'm sorry, we didn't get your link. I'm not sure if you can post links in here, but if you hit me up on Discord and DM me, I'll like share it with people.
I won't watch it though.
Fair enough. Fake name says I'll tell you the size. I'll hit you up. Fake
You
name
gotta
says
lamely explain. Alright, go ahead. Fake name says what?
Rome birthed the West, including England. England birthed the U.S., and now the U.S. has birthed the Cusnarian Empire, which I guess is your micronation.
Fuck is a Constanarian Empire.
Their micronation.
Oh,
Very cool.
okay.
Yeah, they're making the connection, I guess.
I got you.
Retro Films and History says secession isn't wise and will cause needless bloodshed, but trying to make change through democratic means instead of through force should always be a last resort in any situation.
No.
What?
Shoot first, ask questions later, buddy.
No. No. Bad idea.
That's completely opposite of his message.
Yeah, absolutely.
He invited me on this show.
We did. You're allowed to have
Sure,
whatever
I mean,
opinion.
it's not very you can have your own opinion. He's just saying for his stuff, he would specifically.
Well, for my stuff, is shoot first and ask questions later.
These are fair.
Raise hell, praise hell.
I appreciate the sentiment. Let's see. Okay. Fake meme says back to the topic of alcohol. There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the guy with the T, right?
Maybe so. I think so. Yes. He said, I can't legally drink yet, but alcohol is important to culture. But the tea will be a close secret to ensure trade between other micronations. It's a Cusnarian art.
Okay, yeah. South U.S. What part of South U.S.?
The edge of the South and North
Missouri.
So North Missouri. He's like the edge of the southern U.S., which
You ain't
to them
South,
is
son.
North Missouri. I don't know. Yeah.
See, girlfriends are allergic to your bullshit, and you ain't South.
No, I'm allergic to dogs, but I still want a puppy.
You're not getting the fucking fluff.
I love that.
No fluff.
Richard Taylor says, read the Declaration of Independence. I know you have, Richard. Tell us more about it. John Hancock says, that tea sounds like a good idea. I agree.
Yes, John Hancock, you finna be my best friend.
Well, it's John Hancock, and then fake name was the one who's doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna remember y'all's.
Yeah. Cusnary is getting famous out here with Jason.
Am I?
Well, I was saying that because you like their tea idea, and they're the people who are like Cusnaria. I was like, you're getting to know their thing because they want to do the tea stuff.
Yeah, I got you. Don't for real, but yeah.
Yeah.
Did I have too much to drink?
It's all good. It was all good. John Hancock says it sounds like a good idea. Fake name says my mom is from Texas, so they got Southern blood.
My exes live in Texas.
Like on George Strait, or they go to Georgia State. Part of a Drake song.
Well, who the fuck listens to Drake?
Me, I listen to Drake. Retro Films and History says I'm a Yankee, as you say. Oh, okay, makes sense.
The one from Missouri?
No, this is a different person. But yeah. Fake name says I have been raised Southern. I carry a Bible in my back. That means you're raised Christian, not raised Southern. I guess similar.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
He was like, I've been raised Southern because I carry a Bible in my backpack.
Oh, that's weird, because I carry a 9mm in my back pocket.
Everybody, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
They're both Southern culture. Real Novice says, hi, I'm back. Hey, it's good to see you. We're talking about
I didn't know you
guns and
left.
the
You're
Bible.
unimportant.
Oh, goodness. Got
You were such a
I'm just kidding you.
it. You're important to me, Real Novice. We got you.
What?
But yeah. So they're messing with puppies over there. We're talking about guns and backpacks and Bibles
And mudslides.
and mudslides. Jason made me a drink. It's very strong, but I appreciate it.
See, you only got a single shot. I got a triple shot.
Oh goodness.
And that's the third one.
I don't know what it is. Me and liquor. It's never. I'll drink like.
How you know how you hold your liquor?
I'll
You
drink
hold your liquor by the ears.
by the ears.
Yeah.
Grip it tight.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Don't do that and then wink at me.
Oh goodness.
Y'all got me in trouble.
Um.
I'm gonna go back to Woodland.
Fake name says I'll carry an AR on my back when I'm old enough. Don't.
Bro, are you 18? That's old enough.
I
Depends
guess
on what state
no.
you're from. It's 19 in Alabama.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not a legal adult in Alabama until you're 19.
This is why I like it.
Because I know the laws.
Real Nova says
Yes.
you what, mate? And then Drew jumped in. Drew's another one of our community members.
Alright, what's up, community member?
What up, Drew? Drew says, did he just say mate? He did say mate.
Who said mate? I didn't say mate.
Real Novice says you what, mate? And then so the other commented from that.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I mean, don't worry about that. Worry about yourself.
Also, we got 10 viewers. Thank you, guys.
So is this dude a new guy? Like, just jumped in?
Yes, Drew
Okay.
just jumped in.
Drew, just to catch you up on things, he asked me to be in this. I am not part of this Micronation. Please explain. Like, I'm not part of this.
Yeah.
You finna see some crazy fucking shit.
This is one of the cool things, though. I was just talking because people were asking, like, what's the stream about? And I was like, originally it was supposed to be the Twitter thing, but now it's pretty much like a lot of people.
Everything.
Yeah. It's people who don't know about the community, like getting to know the community. And also, there are a ton of people who like do this stuff who are like, I'm nervous to talk to people about what I'm doing. So I'm like, this is an opportunity to like hear people's opinions on like just when you don't know about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't matter what your opinion is. I'm gonna make fun of you either way. It really doesn't make a difference.
So just go ahead and say
Yeah,
it. It's
just
fine.
say it. Like, I don't give a shit.
You just
I
gotta do
make fun
stuff
of him.
like
I
that,
make
man.
fun of her. I make fun of the puppy. I don't give a shit. I make fun of myself.
Mm-hmm. You can't
I mean,
make fun of puppies.
Look
That's
at
just
this.
evil.
I'm fat as fuck. Like, I don't care. It's fine. Just speak your opinion. Speak out.
That's the way we get it.
Yes.
Retro Films in History says, I lived in the North and South equally. As much as I'd agree about the U.S. government being tyrannical, firing the first shot isn't always a good idea. Never fire the first. Don't fire any shots.
Yeah, you're right.
actually.
Don't fire the first shot. Make sure it's the last shot that counts.
Don't fire shots at
Or
anyone.
don't talk about shots around me.
Do
Like,
it.
I mean, here's a shot, and I don't give a shot.
Don't take a shot of your drink.
Yes,
Got
ma'am.
it. Those are the only shots we accept
I
here.
think Tiff is mad at me.
Edward Gerber says, I'm a Yankee in the South. Very cool. We appreciate you here, Edward.
No, I don't.
Fake name says, not yet. Also, it's illegal to openly carry.
No,
I was going to say, depending on what state, right?
Yeah,
Richard-
actually, Alabama just passed a law that you don't have to have a license to conceal carry anymore either.
Oh, for real?
Actually,
Yes.
it's always been a law that you ain't got to have a license to open carry.
Yeah, but now you don't have to have one to conceal carry.
Nobody's going to know you're going to conceal carry if you're concealed. It's concealed.
When you get pulled over, they'll figure it out.
All you got to say is no.
No.
Yeah, that's when they search your car. You
That's
open
not-
your center console. Oh, let me get my insurance.
Oh,
out.
shit. I forgot that was in there.
That is not a good idea.
Hey, man,
Don't-
go abide by the laws.
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
listen to me.
Yep.
Don't go to jail, please.
Don't.
Yeah, don't.
Richard
That's not going to
says,
help your micronation if you go to jail. That's actually a horrible, horrible way to start.
yes. Don't. You can't run a micronation from jail easily.
Mm.
Richard Taylor says, to paraphrase, when a government infringes on the rights of the people and is the right, it's duty of the people to overthrow such government. Still, don't actually do that, though. 'Cause
Why?
It's a
All
problem.
right, let's
You'll
go with
die.
that. Let's go with that. Come on. Let's have us another little debate. How about that?
Okay.
You want to have another debate? All right.
Sure.
So, read it again for everybody in the back.
Richard was talking about, which a lot of people talk about, the concept that in the Constitution they're like, oh, if the government is like tyrannical, you should overthrow the government.
Right, which is the whole purpose of the Second Amendment. Right. I totally get that. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
No, not sure. Is it or is it not?
Yes. That's how it's written.
All right. So now we're finna have another little debate.
Yeah.
And if you didn't catch the beginning of this stream, you better rewind it because we actually had a pretty good debate.
We did.
And we're still bros. Like, we're fine. Everything's fine. Boom.
That might be drinking.
We're cool. Everything is cool. It's no hard feelings. This is literally a, what the fuck would you call it? Like, just an open debate.
Yeah, like a
That's
friendly.
what it is. It's just a friendly thing. Like, everything's friendly. Again, I'm not a part of the micronation. I do in no way represent him or his micronation. I'm just a bystander that come by, more or less.
And we appreciate it. We appreciate your views.
Alright, so now we're going to debate on what he said with the overthrowing the tyrannical government.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's hear what you got to say.
So I think yes, that's how the Constitution is written. However, just like most other things in the Constitution, there has to be like the reason we have the Supreme Court is to interpret from different generations how the Constitution is supposed to be viewed.
So you're saying from different generations the Constitution should be changed?
Not the interpretation of the Constitution.
No,
should be changed.
the interpretation is what it says.
But for example, if you took that literally, then we wouldn't have any amendments to the Constitution, and there would still be slavery.
And
Fuck.
technically,
Alright, no,
Right.
no, no, no,
technically
no,
you
no,
wouldn't
no,
even
no,
have
no,
the
fuck.
rights to your guns because those weren't in the original document.
And women
Because it
wouldn't
was
have the
an
right to vote.
amendment.
Yeah,
and women wouldn't have the right to vote.
because as issues come up, you say, hey, this is important to society,
Yeah,
to us,
okay.
so
But
we need to make
No,
sure
no,
that it's...
when was the amendments actually written?
And
Was
if
it
you didn't
not
own
during
land-
the Constitution?
No.
No, not
No.
during the original publishing.
When the
I don't
fuck
believe.
was it written?
Over the last 200 years that the nation.
Buddy, that is a huge gap.
Yeah, like
So we
each
have this
amendment
beautiful
has
thing
been
called
added.
Google.
No, we're having a beautiful thing called a discussion. I keep calling it arguments. It's not an argument. It is a discussion. I keep calling it an argument. Just know if I say argument, it's a discussion.
Edit argument
Yeah,
discussion.
edit. Just editor.
John Hancock said, "Amen." Fake name said, "Richard, yes, I'm pretty sure it says that in the Constitution or Declaration of Independence." Agreed, but again, like, it's interpretation. Manu says, "You could say that there was an attempt to raise me as a Catholic." That's cool.
Bless
I
your
was
heart.
raised as a Catholic.
June 8th,
Um,
1789.
Bless your heart too.
Yeah.
Huh?
June 8th, 1789 is when the Bill of Rights was added to the Constitution.
But then it's been
Okay, we
updated
gained
and
our
extended.
independence in 1774, actually.
Okay, so 89 is like...
Ooh, Tiffany,
Ten-
the
I
real
don't do
novice
math.
asked what the puppies' names are.
They don't have names, mainly because
They
they're trying not
fucking
to get attached because we're about to get them away.
They don't have names because they're trying to
What?
give them away, says Tiffany. Manu said some of my classmates
What?
recently did that confirmation thing in Catholicism, but they were all talking about were things other than religion. Yeah, if you guys ever want to talk about that, confirmation is a
15
thing when you
years.
become
15 years later.
at the end of high school in the Catholic faith. John Hancock says the government is not America, liberty is the real America.
John Hancock, buddy. This one's for you.
I mean, technically, the geographic landmass is the real America, but I
don't
feel
give a shit.
Manu says, like, if all these ceremonies were just something you do because you do it and your mom told you to, agreed.
Oh,
that's what
man.
a lot of it is.
Bro, I feel that.
Yeah, we were talking
Like,
about.
we are literally doing things because your mom told you to.
Mhm. Yep.
I mean, you're
That's
Catholic
what you're
because your
raised.
mom told you to.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
Christian because my mom told me to.
Yep.
I am not Christian because my mom told me to.
And you rebelled. But either way, you did it because your mom told you.
Yeah,
It
like,
still had
dude,
an
that-
influence on how I came to that decision.
I honestly
yes.
don't like how much sense dude just made. Like,
There-
I appreciate that. That was a slap in the face of reality right there.
This
I like
community
that.
comes with facts.
Yeah.
Fake name says it was pretty quick after the publication of the original doc. Yeah, but they get extended and added. Like
Hey,
amendments are added.
Ain't we
all the
supposed to be
time.
like talking
15
about your
years.
micronation, not like just what the fuck ever?
Yeah.
I mean,
fair
it's
enough.
still about government in general.
It does though. Yeah.
Okay, well, how about this? Let's just tell your viewers.
Hey
That's
now.
alcohol
Dropping
abuse.
stuff.
Hey now.
I dropped a beer.
That's a party foul.
It landed on the cardboard. It's fine.
So, ooh,
Still
that's a
very
question. Because now we have Megan here and we have Jason here.
Mhm.
You were saying we should talk about micronations. Do you guys have any questions about micronations? Because there's just a whole bunch of people who like.
Yeah,
have
I do.
micronations.
I do. I have actually a question.
Yes, sir.
Why the fuck?
That's a great question.
Yes, thank you.
So for me, everybody's different. Everybody's different in why they're doing what they're doing.
Well, yeah, I
For
got
me.
tits and you don't. I mean,
Exactly.
Why?
Less tit, A cup.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like fucking at
This
least
is
a
Katie
C
from
right
the
now.
Itty Bitty Titty Committee. How can I help you today?
Yeah, thank you.
Um,
I like that a lot.
For myself, the reason that I started Aeternia and the reason that I pursue micronationalism as the way that I am politically active instead of normally participating in, say, elections in the U.S. is because I feel like
So by that I mean like you don't vote.
I don't vote. Right.
Okay.
I don't vote because I feel like my political views are really specific. And I think most people, when you get down to it, are very specific in their political views.
Yes.
Even if you're like a Republican or a Democrat or whatever,
Yeah,
you're
but
going
like
to
you can-
disagree with
you can
other
break it down to,
Republicans
like,
and Democrats.
Kill babies. I don't want to kill babies. Like
Yeah,
literally break
every
it down.
issue has
Guns,
its own-
no guns. Like freedom, no freedom. Like I mean, it's just what the fuck ever.
Absolutely. So that being the case, I feel like there's no point in which my views specifically are ever going to outweigh everyone else's views in the voting system.
You're right, but if you ignore all of these outside political things, you can more or less do your own fucking thing.
Mhm.
Except for a dude who is trying to sell his coins for 7 cents. I'm telling you, you need to go at least 10. Literally.
Higher values.
Yes, higher value. At least. Don't cut yourself short. He's talking about 3D printing things. We gotta fill her in. Talking about 3D printing fucking coins and this, that, and the other. Selling for 7 cents. Okay, well, it's 7 cents a coin. So he's breaking even. So I'm trying to say
Profit
for
for a
10.
business is where marginal revenue equals marginal cost. That's basic economics.
ta-da! Alright, so that conversation alone turned into a fuck, what was it talking about? Barter system is what it turned into. Yes, barter system.
And then that's how we got into taxable income.
Yeah. So we started talking about bartering, and I didn't actually understand why they couldn't barter within their own community. And of course, he explained to me why bartering with me and him would versus him, me, and somebody else, because I need this item, he needs this item, but I need this item.
Well, technically,
So on and so
even
forth.
between just the two of
Becomes
you,
taxable.
it would be taxable income because
Okay.
it increases
Well,
your
stop.
net worth.
Alright, see, where I was coming from was, who fucking cares? Why does it matter? Nope.
Tiff's looking.
Why
through
does it
comments.
matter if it's me and him and me and this guy? So he explained that it's not me, him, me, this guy. It is this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy. And so on and so forth. And then the government steps in and tramples all over your fucking dreams.
It's a technicality that the government can use to nail people that they otherwise don't have the evidence to nail on their crimes. So, I mean, like, if you look at Al Capone as a really big one, he did a lot of crimes. They knew he did it, but they didn't have the physical proof that they could use to convict him in court.
Mine's stronger.
But because he earned money through those illegal acts and it was not reported, it became tax fraud. And that's what he got thrown in prison for, was tax fraud, to
Who?
get him off the street. Al
Al
Capone.
Oh.
I figured that would be one that pretty much everyone would recognize.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the biggest thing, is because the IRS even
Stronger?
states here in the U.S. that money gained through illegal
Damn, she's
activities
She's
is,
allergic
I'm
to your
sorry,
bullshit.
bless you.
Thank you.
Money gained
Oh,
through
man.
illegal activity, you still have to report because it is taxable income.
Yes, so again,
Bless you.
I'm allergic to all of your crap, dude. Your mouth.
Again,
Richard,
this
you're
is
pagan,
what me and
right?
him was discussing earlier. Was I didn't actually understand like, well, why is that so bad until he actually explained.
Tax
Like-
evasion.
No, not necessarily tax evasion. It's just the outstretch.
keeps going,
Somebody's
yeah.
gonna say something. Us bartering is fine.
It becomes a
Us
supply chain.
bartering is fine. But when we throw this one into the loop, who's not in the fucking camera for whatever fucking reason, is not fine.
Because you're creating an extended supply chain where each person is creating profit for themselves in some
Right.
way or form, and the government
But
wants their
well,
piece
somebody
of
in
the
the
pie.
comments said something about blah 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 barter system. I was like, fuck yeah, go for it. Until he said that, I was
Yeah.
like, fuck no, don't do
You
that.
have to be careful because there are so many technicalities when it comes to tax law.
Hey, is the tea guy still in there?
I'm sure he is. Real quick, before we get
What's
to
up?
that, let me finish the thing and then we'll read comments.
Okay, yeah.
Talking about why I got it. Because
Oh,
I feel like
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, explain this to me. Like,
Yeah, we
why the
derailed
fuck?
No,
so
you're good.
hard.
you talking
Dude,
about
this
something
is
passionate.
this is how it's been like literally
The
all
whole
night. Like, we'll read one comment like, hey, that's a good idea. Let's debate.
Yep.
Debate, not argue. You motherfuckers.
Talking about the reason that I got into it was because I feel like that's very cute. The reason that I
That's
feel
gross.
like
Make a really good wool coat.
yeah.
Stop!
Only
Hey.
if you're shedding them and not killing them.
Hey, he is trying to talk,
I
ma'am.
Well, yeah, what do you have to first?
Okay.
It's
Well,
the first.
You made me.
Okay. The reason that micronationalism, because I felt like my voice wouldn't be heard. So that being
You're
the
not
case,
wrong.
right? And I feel like a lot of people feel that way.
Mhm.
That being the case, it's not a world-changing thing to start something like this.
Right.
But it allows me to say, hey, I can try something that I feel like is the right way to go, and I can do it at a very small scale.
Uh-huh.
And it's a way that is fairly democratic to allow people to say, based on the based on your personal choice, you can choose whether or not you want to be a part of my thing. I can't force you to be a part of my thing. At any point, you can walk out the door. And
But
say,
why are you going to call it democratic?
The process of micronationalism, for example, Aeternia is not democratic. I'm a monarch. I I make the rules. I do all that stuff. But it's democratic in the sense that
You make the rules, you do all that stuff.
right. But you have to voluntarily become a citizen of my micronation.
So
And
once
at
you
any
become
point-
a citizen, then what?
Then you follow the rules that I say to you. But you ascribe to that. At any point, you can say,
So
I'm
that's
no longer a
democratic.
citizen.
Correct? Like, you do as I say or you get the hell out. Right?
That's not democratic. But the concept that anybody can become a citizen of any micronation and they have that freedom of choice, I feel like is a fairly democratic ideal.
You can come and go as you please.
Right.
Whereas any typical tyrannical rule, you would be executed.
Right.
Right. Okay.
And-
So, aside from that, what separates the micronation from
like, the
a
US.
cult?
Ooh, that's a
Yes.
good question.
I
Yeah.
want to talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So the idea is, from my understanding, I don't know enough about cults to really like dive into it. From my basic understanding, I think cults are based around a cult of personality. The idea that one person is like super, super important.
Okay.
I'm the monarch of the Empire of Aeternia.
So that would make you super, super important.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But
So
there
strike one.
is absolutely.
Okay.
But
Just kidding, y'all. Just kidding. Fuck me. Just kidding.
But there is a limitation to the actual value that I by myself can provide to anybody. Like we said, there's this inherent idea that you have to purposely join what we're trying to do here. So you have to find some initial value in this to want to join it. And at the same time, as long as we're not restricting people from talking to other people, from communicating with the outside world, from showing people what we're doing, as long as we're transparent about that, then it allows people to say, I'm constantly weighing my citizenship versus the other offers that are out there, like you would with a job. Saying,
Okay.
like, if I'm not getting paid enough, if I don't have enough benefits, I'll go somewhere else where the opportunity is better.
Right. Okay.
So it's-
may I stop you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you heard of Waco?
Yes.
Are you familiar with Waco?
To some extent. I'm sure
Okay.
there are people who are more familiar.
Well, Waco was the same concept.
I don't know.
Yes.
The same.
Look it up.
It was like a religious organization, though, correct?
No, actually, it wasn't.
Ooh,
It was
disagree with
not.
that. Megan's
Waco
something-
did have its own religion.
I'll let you finish your statement, but
Go
then
ahead,
I
go
have a
ahead.
statement.
Go ahead. What's your statement?
I think a lot of things are cults. We don't want to call them cults. The only thing that makes something
Christianity
a
is
cult
a cult. Catholicism.
you
What the fuck
it's
would
a
you
group
call
of people
Catholicism?
who
Catholicism.
Catholicism.
it's a group of
But the
people who
cult-
get behind a ideology, and usually yes there is like a single person or single head that you follow. In like religious aspects it would be a god or some kind of deity. In political aspects it's some head leader that you're trying to help. I mean you can even say the same thing about political factions, that they are cults of some sort. Cults
So like
become
people that follow Trump or Biden or
Yeah.
Hillary could be
cults
considered a
become
cult.
dangerous when your head leader, to me anyways, they become dangerous when even when you tell people you can come and go as you please, when the brainwashing gets so in depth that people won't. They'll cut out their whole families, they won't do anything but what the cult leader tells them to
May
do.
I stop you?
Yeah.
Okay. So going back to Waco.
Not saying that it's
No,
getting that
No,
far,
no, no.
just
Actually, honestly, I support Waco.
This is
are you
getting to
sure
be a
about
weird
that?
This
conversation.
is beginning to be a really weird
Let's hear
conversation.
Jason out.
I support Waco for the fact that they were Micronation.
Ooh,
We
I
can talk
wouldn't do
about that.
that.
We can break it down to however fucking far you want to
I
break it down.
wouldn't call them a country.
No. Yes, they was.
I wouldn't.
How could you say they're not?
Because they didn't call themselves that.
Exactly. They was fucking nothing, right? Was they doing any harm?
What I'm saying
Answer
is,
it. Answer. Buddy, answer.
Were they doing harm? In my opinion, yes.
For what?
He was marrying and having sex with children.
Yes, okay, I will agree. Yes, okay. Alright, yes, you got me on that one. You got me on that one. Here, fist bump it. You got me on that one. Okay, yes, like he was fucked in the head. But I'm talking about the actual community, not just individuals. Okay, we're talking about the community. Again, I agree. The dude was fucked in the head.
So then
He
why
was
support
sick.
it? So then why support it?
Why support your
The
Micronation?
question is, why did so many people follow him?
That's a great question.
One question at a time. One question at a time. What the
Excuse
fuck
me?
is that? I got an ant crawling on my finger. Y'all see
Yeah,
that?
it was on your dead bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Just throw it in.
Alright, so anyway. Again, I actually, how about this? I support the idea of Waco.
I'm
Will that
so
make you feel better?
confused. I don't know where you're going.
Okay,
with this.
I'm
don't-
going somewhere good. Okay.
Okay.
Waco was minding their own business, right? They wasn't harming anybody aside from the sick fuck in the head.
But is that not like harming people?
No, it's
But
not.
if the parents
was it harming
consented
you?
to allow their kids to do that under law, there are actually a lot of states with laws that if a parent consents to their underage daughter marrying an older man, it has to be upheld by the court. If a judge signs off on it and the parents consent to it, it makes it legal.
Okay. that's
Not saying it's
judge.
right, because legal doesn't always equal ethical.
There was no judge,
But-
and that's not your smelling as me because I farted. Alright, so Waco again. This is really hard because yes, I know what you're saying.
I just feel like you're playing devil's advocate. Really
No, I'm not
hard.
playing devil's advocate. Just listen to me.
Man.
Aside from the sick fuck,
But
If
he
you
was
take
the
it-
whole thing.
no, I mean yes, he was. I agree, but I'm just saying I support the idea of him doing his own thing. He was growing his own crops.
So you support. I would go broader, right? Because you're saying you support this specific thing, but this specific thing was attributed to like a lot of negative stuff. I would say, if I'm understanding you correctly,
Yes.
that you support, you know,
The idea. How about that? No,
you support
Overheating.
people going like off grid, right?
Yes. How about that? Yes.
Yeah.
But Waco is the most recent, I guess I could say, event. Aside from the whole issue with the Texas and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But this is like a really negative one, right? Like the idea that like
But what
those.
I'm getting at is Waco was a
See you
good idea. Poorly executed, I'll admit. Poorly executed. But what I'm saying to y'all, okay, is I don't want y'all, any of y'all's nations, to end up like Waco, where minus the child fucking, okay, minus the child fucking, I don't want y'all to end up where the big government steps in, FBI, and fucks y'all right up the ass. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what I mean?
And that's something that I think, if you look at situations like that, there's something that escalates. It's not something that all
You know
of
what
a sudden,
escalated though? The fact that he was buying full auto weapons unregistered.
Right.
Okay, so that's why I'm saying, like,
Along
to you
with the
personally,
scandals of,
me personally to you, don't pull a Waco.
yes.
Okay. So
Sure.
what I'm saying to y'all, don't pull a Waco. Alright, so if you're gonna buy weapons, I'm a huge gun lover. You know this.
Sure.
Do not pull a Waco.
So that's something that's actually something that's really important, specifically about Aeternia, that we're trying to go opposite of, just because one of the ending of it, two because of our personal ideals. So we're trying to do everything by the books, not just in tax purposes, but also in the idea of, there are a lot of people who talk about this idea of like micronational war, which is something that comes up in the community often.
Yeah,
Right.
No.
Where they're like, what we consider war is like, we'll like troll people online, or we'll like hack people's like accounts and stuff, and we're like, we declared war on these people. It's a
Suggest
very
that either.
right, but it's this idea that they're calling something a war, which I think is probably offensive to people who've actually gone through like legitimate wars and seen like death and struggle and stuff. And also, it's this issue
Yeah,
that.
no chair door.
Oh yeah, we can get you something. I'll actually stand if you want to, because I'm.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm showing for now. I need to stretch my legs. We're gonna swap.
Alright, we're swapping positions.
So, yes, ma'am. Let me angle this down. Thank you guys for having 9 viewers. I appreciate you guys. So that being the case, we were talking about the concept of what Aeternia does that's different and kind of sets itself apart from what you were talking about, are things that like escalated the situation into something that's like really dangerous and becomes harmful to people. So one, we're trying to do everything by the books as far as taxes, as far as registering properly everything we need to with the government, and being transparent, talking to people, being open, making sure people actively have like a way to follow what we're doing, like on the internet. The other thing is that we're really specifically against anything that has to do with like being physically aggressive. We're not trying to like raise an army or like have a ton of guns or do anything like that. We're yeah.
Okay, why?
Because the way that we believe we can
No.
achieve.
Why just no army, no guns?
Because one, it's based around our marketing. We're specifically trying to make Aeternia something that can be inclusive to as many people as possible. So if
why would you exclude the folks like myself
who want guns?
who wants guns?
I'm not saying you cannot have a gun. Here's the difference.
Okay.
We are not, there are some micronations who have what they call ceremonial militaries, where they're like, we have people who like consider themselves a part of our army and we all like train and do like militia stuff.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that. You
Why?
personally, because we have no interest in needing like an organized fighting force. If we have somebody that's causing a problem, we'll call the cops. Like we'll like get people removed from where we're at.
May I intercept? To my understanding of what I've heard about Aeternia and all this stuff is because they're operating more under a business structure than a militia structure. So they're trying to run as a
Okay, let me
business.
cut in if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So
I was just trying to clarify.
I am slightly confused because when I hear Micronations, I'm thinking again. May I refer to Waco? Okay, so
I don't know.
no, I'm going for it. I was referring to Waco because they did have their militia. Okay, they had a legit militia,
I don't
full autos, this, that, and the other.
It's not.
All right, so Aeternia,
Yes, sir.
Aeternia, it's not doing that. Now they're not saying that you can't own weapons, but if you are going to own weapons, you will be registered and you will be legal. Correct?
Yes.
Correct.
A private citizen in Aeternia can own a weapon as long as it's legal to own within the U.S.
So it's if you're legal in the U.S., you're legal in Aeternia.
Yes.
Correct? All right, so if you're legal in the U.S., you're legal to Aeternia.
Yes. The only thing we're trying not to do is, as an organization, say we have like a funded military force. Because then it's like, well, why do you need like a funded military force? Like, what are you using it for? And that's my concern. Our belief is that the way we can go about increasing independence for our people is through economic growth. We got a lot of comments. Yeah, if you just
How the
scroll up
fuck
on
do I
the
get to
things,
your
You
comments?
scroll up. Yep, there you
Where do you want me to go?
go. They're all over the place. I'm sure we missed a lot of them.
Colt, I guess it was rated by ATF. Okay, see, that right there is what I was actually getting by with the whole Waco incident. I don't want nobody to end up like Waco because they got fucked by the ATF. And
They were
personally,
raided by the FBI. I thought.
Both.
they were.
Was it
Both of
A
them.
lot of people think
The
that
ATF.
incident was a example of government overreach and not allowing people to execute their religious freedoms.
I feel like
Depending
it's
on
so
how you wanna
hard.
Oh,
You
buddy, we're about to get into some religious
I
shit.
would
Here we
not-
go.
Yeah, I would
Alright.
not recommend
Let's-
you dive too hard into that.
Again, yeah. I mean,
I know we have like
it's
a
just
whole
one of those,
array
like,
of religious views in here, but
me and him's already been down this rabbit hole again. I think that gay couples should be able to protect their marijuana plants with full auto and tanks. That's my religious beliefs.
You're religious.
I mean, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Alright. So, anyway,
So that
Yeah,
being
we're
the
gonna-
case, I feel
Yeah.
like that's my purpose with Aeternia. is
it's
to
a shame. I'm going to read the last one by Edward. Says, it's a shame that the. Fuck me, I don't know how to work this thing.
Gotcha.
Hutt River Principality has died. It was a micronation for 50 years.
Yes, that is there was a group in Australia that was recognized by the Australian government as to more or less an extent micronation.
Okay, so somebody said that it actually came back. So the same nation come back, and Australia. All right, so we're gonna talk about. Let me read that again. It was. Fuck me. Where did I see Australia?
Would you like someone more qualified to read for you?
Yeah.
Just okay.
No,
I
you
got
said,
stuff in
uh,
all the
Australia.
things.
That's
I got
not
Okay,
this is
yeah,
right
so
here.
Australia-
I say that. Well,
Australia makes no sense to me. All right, think about it. No, you give me this weird face. All right, literally everything from animals to plants can fucking kill you in Australia.
Survival of the fittest. Isn't that everything you hoedowns live for?
Why the fuck would you not own a damn gun in Australia? But they're like, no, you can't have that.
Well, fun fact, Australia waged a war against emus and lost because they ran out of ammunition. So obviously those guns didn't do them any good, did it?
Fair.
They just
True
getting rid of
fact.
the land because of tax. Jason, what are your thoughts on Jonestown since we are on this topic of stuff like Waco? Well, honestly, you're gonna have to fill me on
I got you.
Jamestown.
I got
All right, so he's gonna fill me on Jamestown because I don't know the
Jonestown was
Jamestown. What the fuck ever, man.
Jonestown was one of the most infamous cults to ever.
Retro films and industry. All right, so he's going to fill me in on this because I don't fucking know. All right, so fill me in on it.
Yes.
Give me both sides of
That
it
was
though,
that one?
because there's two
Yes.
sides to every story.
So there have been a number of cults that have killed themselves by drinking Kool-Aid. Jonestown is one of them.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
So, right, that's exactly where that
In
term comes
Aeternia.
from. Jonestown was a cult that operated. They were basically a group that said, "Hey, we're going to create this like utopia. We're
Okay.
going to, because of our religious beliefs, we're going to leave the United States, get a whole bunch of money, and move to Africa where things are a lot cheaper. And we're going to buy this enormous property, and we're just going to be left alone by the government in Africa because we're going to pay them off."
In Africa.
Yes, and this one guy, Jim
Where there's
Jones,
already a limited supply of food and water.
right?
Okay.
But they're these really wealthy Americans who go there and just pay their way out of everything.
Can you
So
pay your way out of fucking poverty
yes, and
That's
they did that
kind of
in
how
Africa?
that works.
Yeah.
In Africa.
because
Yeah,
U.S.
you're
money
right.
is worth a lot more. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
it's the
okay.
exchange rate.
Yeah, as a fairly middle to lower class American, if you went to Africa, you'd be fairly wealthy for a while. That being the case.
Fuck me, I know I was rich somewhere.
That being the case, Jonestown was run by a guy named Jim Jones who believed himself to be like a reincarnation of like God in some extent. But he was this guy who was like, "Don't worry, if you all follow me, we'll create this utopia." It was, I think, in like the 70s or 80s. They took a whole bunch of people, maybe the 60s. They took a whole bunch of people, they moved to Africa, and they moved to Africa, and then they decided that they were gonna like do this like basically a big commune. Everybody was gonna like be like farmers, and they were not gonna have any money, and they were just all gonna live like this perfect like hippie paradise sort of thing.
Okay.
So they do that, and every day they listen to Jim Jones preach the gospel, and he's doing like a lot of hard drugs the whole time. He's like their leader. He's like this religious
Oh
leader.
fuck, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he has like these sunglasses, like these really dark stuff. He's constantly talking about like I don't know a ton about Jonestown, but he's basically being like, the only way, like the end times are coming, the only way for like the chosen people to survive is if you listen to me. We have to create this utopia before the world ends, sort of thing. And then eventually he's like, the world, he starts coming out over the last like few weeks of Jonestown existing. During this entire period, he's like paying Africans to come in as armed guards to like support his thing. So he's getting all these people, some people who came from the US, some people who are Africans, to like really buy into his stuff. And he starts telling them like, hey, you have to be prepared. He starts telling his whole congregation, you have to be prepared to like die for this cause, and you have to be prepared to like kill your kids for this cause and stuff like that. Yes. So then one day he comes out and he's like, today's the day. Everybody, the government's coming after us. The Antichrist is like here. This is the end of the world. The only way to save yourselves is to like purify ourselves and die and go to heaven. So he's like, we're making all this Kool-Aid. Everybody drink the Kool-Aid. There were plenty of people who did, and they like drank it and they fed it to their kids and they started dying. Anybody who didn't and tried to run away from the compound got gunned down by the guards. They killed most everybody.
Okay, so retro films history, that's fucked.
Absolutely.
That's my opinion. That is fucked.
Absolutely horrible.
Alright, so I don't care what kind of fucking war you're raging. I don't care who it's with. You don't fuck with women and children. That's my opinion on that. The Emu Wars suffered from poor strategy and logistics. I do agree with that.
Fair point.
Who the fuck said that? All art is propaganda. Alright, so I'm just gonna start calling you propaganda. Alright, so
I
propaganda.
like that username.
Yeah, all art is propaganda. I definitely like that username too. So yes, I definitely agree with you there. But again, back to retro. Yeah, that's fucked. Edward, your buddy Edward, right? Yeah, I mean more or less. Okay, so fake name, really? They're all alive still. Last name I heard they were gonna recede to Australia. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They're formed somewhere else. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
They're talking about
Previous conversation.
Hut River people.
Maybe you ought to be doing this. You want to swap chairs?
Yes.
Alright, we're gonna swap chairs.
So yeah, going. We swap chairs.
It's already broke.
It's already
You
broken.
calling me fat?
Sit down.
No, the government had to like mess with the tray and fix it and send it.
So yeah,
Oh, that one or this one?
This one.
I thought you were gonna-
I appreciate everybody hanging in for the conversation. That being the case, when we
What now?
talk,
You're gonna have to. I ain't reading the comments. So you're gonna have to tell me what.
no, you're good. I got it. That being the case, when people talk about micronations and cults and stuff, I think that's why I could certainly see a micronation becoming a cult. Like there is every reasonable setup, just like a religion, for that to like become twisted enough to harm people and become dangerous psychologically as well as just for like physical health.
Yeah.
However,
But nobody is planning on doing that, correct?
Correct.
It depends on intent and just how charming your leader is.
Sure.
And it would be just the perception of other
You're
people
pretty charming.
after it.
Thank you. Hey, you're welcome.
So that being the case, I think it's really, really important, one, to educate people on like what you're trying to do as well as like what the right thing to do is. That's why I've tried to make this channel in part about just
Yeah,
like
but
talking
you
about
actually
this.
have to do better than that, which I'm happy you invited me on the show.
Yeah.
Because now we get to different sides of it, because I don't know what the fucking micronation is, and you're the leader of a micronation.
Right.
So
Well, you'd be surprised. Sometimes they
fuck
do
me, I
that
forgot where I was
for
going with that.
stuff.
I'm too drunk.
Sometimes they
It's-
just play Minecraft.
This makes me think of it like Q&As at anime conventions, and it makes me really happy.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, man,
It's
I'm
like-
having a blast. I'm having a
It's
blast.
fun.
I'm
This is
having a blast.
legitimately a fun thing.
It does seem like it's like
Hey,
every so often there's some kind
Everybody
of
say
that
you're
goes on.
having a blast if you're having a blast. All fucking 8 of you, however many is on the view.
We got 7 right now.
seven we.
Hit it up. I appreciate the likes, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah,
Once
so
you guys,
that being the case, I feel like there's definitely the potential for there's definitely the potential for micronations to develop into cults, and that's a dangerous thing.
Right, but I'm gonna take some of these people's comments if you don't mind me stopping. Alright, so it is a possibility that it will develop into a cult, But if you subtract okay, so you're not going to allow full autos, correct? Because you're all legal, correct? Correct. All right. So unless you have like ATF stamps and this, that, and other bullshit, you're not going to allow full fucking autos. You're not trying to create a militia.
No reason to do that. No.
Right. But you also don't deny guns.
Correct.
Alright.
Unless somebody's causing a problem, then we're not going to deny anything. If somebody's causing a problem, we're not going to say no guns. We're going to say you specifically need to like leave the community.
Okay, so that's what more or less separates you from a cult.
Yeah, I would say so. We're actively trying to not do that. We're taking steps to be transparent. We're taking steps to provide economic benefits for people, and we're trying to prove to people consistently who are part of our nation that we are the best value for their effort. And if we're not,
and you're doing all this while obeying by governmental laws.
Yes.
So you're going to be a government within a government.
Well, so the idea is, yes, for us to start out, these territories that we started off with one right now. We purchased one piece of property in the middle of Alabama. The purpose of that is to create housing for citizens if people decide to come and live there, and to create businesses off of it. That's the primary purposes of it. We can't ever say we 100% control that territory because we don't. The United States, Alabama, ultimately.
So you still plan on paying land tax? You still plan, if you buy a fucking bottle of water, you're gonna pay taxes on that. Like, okay, so may I backtrack a little bit?
Yes.
All right, so the backtracking is where the dude that was talking about creating his own currency or whatever.
Yeah.
How's that gonna work, and how's that gonna play into actual currency to where you can buy things and pay land tax and every other fucking tax that America's fucking got?
Right. So the idea for us to we're pooling all of these people together. We're trying to get everybody to support this specifically so that we can increase the amount that we're able to do. Like, for example, most people can't afford on their own the ability to purchase that money transmitter's license to make their own currency.
Okay, yeah.
But if you do that, then you have this opportunity for a whole bunch of people to pool their money and their resources together to determine what they support. So eventually you can say, hey, if everybody agrees that they're going to use this currency, and this currency is accepted in different places and is accepted in a significant portion of different places.
Which that's where the LLC comes from, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And
So, for layman's terms, the Bitcoin bullshit.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
You can encourage people to support specific businesses because you already have investment in it. If you have a certain amount of our currency, and that currency is accepted at 30 different businesses, well, because you already have value that's stored within that currency, you want to spend it at the businesses that are going to accept it, instead of, say, paying your US dollars to buy the same thing that you would buy at one of these stores somewhere else. You already have the money, so why not spend it at one of these stores?
Yeah.
Supporting those stores then makes those stores more powerful and have more ability to be able to grow and compete with things like Walmart, who are like just these global corporations.
Okay, so I'm trying to think
Supporting
how-
like mom and pop shops.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So then our people can
So-
create mom and pop shops
Yeah.
and be able to thrive
Yeah.
a little bit more because the money is staying within this smaller community.
So, do you understand, or do y'all understand my more or less confusion as to cult versus non-cult? I guess that's what you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So, cult versus non-cult, where cult is you have to do this, you have to join the militia, you can't use any kind of money unless it goes through me,
Sure.
and then I turn it into dollar bills.
Sure.
Okay.
And I think cults, the ultimate thing about cults is they're trying to get you to do it purely on faith. There's no logical reason why this is the best thing for you because they're telling you to spend all your money, to hurt your family, to take yourself away from your community.
Yes.
We're trying to prove to you that it is the best thing for you. But if it's not, we are actively trying to compete with those other groups and telling you, if, just like in a market economy, if we're not the best bang for your buck, you go to another place. You go to Walmart. You go to wherever. And
So
So you're
there's
still
absolutely
following capitalism?
yes, we need to survive. Yeah, absolutely.
so from what I'm gathering from Aeternia and all these other groups is yes, they are all following governmental stuff, bullshit, this, that, and other, whatever. But they're also inside of that. So you do this, that, and other, but the main dude, which in this case would be him, would also venture out to do legal shit. I'm drunk.
So,
Yeah, we know.
so for
We've come
example,
to that consensus already.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Would you like me to repeat it? Don't lose
so
Drive safe, kids.
yes,
it. Don't drive drunk in your fucking communities.
So,
Do the watermelon crop.
talking about like for example, the Walmarts, the Amazons, stuff like that. Corporations have a ton of power.
Yes, they do.
You can, for example, Apple does this. Apple avoids paying a ton of taxes, and so does Amazon and Walmart and all these other companies, because they will move their corporate headquarters to different countries, so they don't have to pay tax in any one particular country. They can move their money around. So that being the case, if you have enough money together and enough power and influence, you can then control a lot of what you're able to do within taxes, within government regulations, things like that. You're still doing all of it legally, but you're doing it in a way where you have so much leverage over these groups, they don't want to lose your business. So they're trying to do everything they can to pacify you and make you want to give them your business.
So there's absolutely no chance of y'all turning into a Waco. Or Jamestown. Jonestown. What the fuck town dude was talking about?
Anything can become dangerous. Anything can become dangerous.
That's where
The issue really isn't. I think to an extent you can't worry too much about if you're going to become that or that people view it like that, because cults are one of those things that nobody says they're in a cult. It's afterwards when things blow up horribly.
That they
Like,
go,
oh yeah,
"Oh,
that
no."
was a cult.
Right. You're either
Yeah,
actively
yeah.
trying to not be that and looking out for it, or you just
Well, and some people are just going to assume you are anyway, so I wouldn't stress it too much
What
if
if
you're
we-
not trying to hurt people or stuff like that.
What if we rephrase it? How about that? Y'all agree? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Do you agree? If we
Depends on
rephrase
how
it.
you rephrase it.
Depends on how you rephrase it. I don't make agreements
Fair
before
enough.
reading the fine print.
smart.
Apartments. How about that?
Okay,
Okay. So do you agree?
apartments.
Apartments. Just
What
think of
about
apartments.
He went from cults to apartments.
Now, just
Now-
listen to me. Just listen to me.
I can't agree
You
until
have
I
a
know the
landlord, you have
details.
someone like covering your stuff.
Thank
Kind of how
you.
the compound did it, but just think like that's how a typical apartment's like set up.
Yeah. So
Fair.
apartments. Fuck y'all. Y'all already know. All right. So apartment wise. All right. So
He's just excluding you as if you didn't live in an apartment when you were going to college.
Huh?
She lived in an apartment when she.
well, she
was
questioned it.
Okay. Well,
I'm
just
questioning
saying.
you
No,
I'm just
why?
saying.
because I don't know where you're going.
Okay.
Take a breath and explain.
Alright. Alright, so first of all, he's talking about not being like Waco, to where they were an excluded what the fuck would you call it? Not Christianity,
The compound thing.
Religious.
religious,
Yeah.
yes, that's the word I was looking for. You're not talking about religious shit. You're not confined to, well, if you die to the Jonestown. Alright, so if you don't follow these rules, I'm mixing both of them together, of course. I am mixing both of them together. Fuck off, I don't care. Alright, so you're mixing both of them together. Alright, so Waco was also a religious thing. If you don't follow this dude,
Wait,
you die.
like 2 minutes ago, wasn't he arguing that Waco
I was
wasn't
say,
religious?
Are you mansplaining this to me? Is that what's going on?
That's what the fuck you don't understand. Like, what the hell?
No, you're
Can I
fine.
bring you a
You're fine.
Are you gonna stab these two? Then yes. If not, then no.
I just want to borrow you.
I couldn't get it.
You're-
Try not to
you're
actually
fine.
stick my hand in your pocket.
I was picking.
That's
I
weird.
understand
Careful,
where you're
it's
coming
broke.
from.
Yes, sir.
And it's dull.
Yes, sir.
Because I actually use mine. Alright,
Little,
so
little.
I got that one. But what I'm saying is, if you think about it as far as an what the fuck ever I said, apartments, whatever, I don't care. If you explain it like that, then it makes sense. But if you don't, then you're a fucking cult leader.
What?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going to the next extremes. Like, I mean,
I
I
don't-
don't want
I
I
don't
think
understand your argument.
I think I followed what you're trying to say. As long as the agreement is in the contract and you can go to another apartment, you're not a cult. But when you tell people they can't go to another apartment, then you're a cult.
Well,
Yes!
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes!
I don't know how I
Thank
followed
you.
that logic, but I did.
My girlfriend done explained everything is under fucking drunk.
And that's like fine, but
I'm
see,
drunk.
just like an apartment, when you're in the lease and you sign that lease, you gotta stay.
Okay,
until
minus
you
the
go
lease.
through it.
Exactly like that, but minus the lease.
But nonetheless, like for his thing, he's specifically saying, if you're gonna join my thing, please be solely with my thing. I don't want you like being in multiple different like things.
Right, yes,
because
yes,
then
yes,
you're
yes.
Right. You,
Alright, so
you
if
can't
you
be a part of two sides of the same activist thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to speak cursive.
cursive.
Yes.
How do you speak cursive?
Slurs. Alright, so anyway. Yes, exactly what you're saying. Don't look at her. She ain't got nothing to do with me.
Oh, we were aware.
No one's fighting karate. You just stop.
Anyway. Yes, exactly what you're saying. Think about it as apartments, motels, what the fuck everyone want to call it. Yes, you have a lease. But the Micronations, I hope everybody's going to half-ass back me up at this point. Micronations is you can leave when the fuck you want to leave. There is no military bullshit. There is no actual fuck the government because you still have to obey by the you still have to obey by the government.
Technically,
Okay,
the
yeah.
lease, you can still leave.
Depends
It's
on
just
where
a
you
little
go.
harder.
But you don't have to pay nothing in Micronations, right? You
So
don't have to-
every
oh, shit, here we
micronation
go.
is different.
Oh fuck.
I'm
sake.
saying our thing is not like that. We're trying to promote that.
Are
in
you
the
sure you
micronation.
want me on your channel?
Yes.
It's already too late, and I've already got you a whole bunch of fucking likes and comments, and everybody like, you might be fucking sure.
Yeah. What I'm saying
They're
is,
very friendly for the most part.
yes.
We waved out most of
Actually, I already
the
met a friend.
trolls. So.
John Hancock is my friend, and whoever the fuck it was that was talking about the tea.
No names.
No name.
Fake name or no name?
Fake
No
name.
name. Fake name.
Fake name, yeah.
Yeah,
Fake name.
yeah.
Fake
Remember
name
your
and John
viewers,
Hancock.
bro.
You're right.
It's
Fake
already
name.
my
My apologies.
fucking rants.
So, that being the case, micronations come in all different shapes and sizes. There's sure going to be some micronations that are doing a lot more sketchy stuff than others. I personally am trying to
Wait.
promote.
Go ahead.
I personally am trying to promote
He's
being
not. He doesn't know the button.
being as transparent as possible, trying to provide tangible benefits for
Well,
you.
you already
communities.
skin it to be transparent.
Every time he does a stream.
Just a bit translucent and see-through.
I mean,
So that
So
means
you're not promoting anti-government.
Right.
You're going through the legalizations of this, that, and other, whatever the fuck it is you need.
and I'm trying to use that to collect power together to influence political change in a way that would be very unlikely in the normal political system. Trying to use money.
So again, we're going back to the off-grid thing, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so you're living off-grid, you don't give a fuck who's president, you don't give a fuck who is mayor of your town.
We're doing our own thing.
You're doing your own thing. Meanwhile, you're still paying taxes, this, that, another.
Well,
Like
he's
a
the one that
business.
taxes.
Correct.
Yes.
He
so
won't have
business.
his citizens pay the taxes, but
Why
They'll
would
be
you not
making
have
it-
your citizens
because
pay
they're
taxes?
making him more
Because
money
when
to pay
you
it.
run a corporation, the business pays its own taxes. They don't
Okay,
tell their
so-
employees to pay their corporate taxes.
Correct.
Also, he's just trying to take off the burden and then
Yeah.
applying to where
Yeah, well,
about
that's
like a
the
place
thing
to live.
I don't know what you said, but okay. Alright, so What if you have an illegal coming in, stop talking shit, and they start
That's all it
murdering
does.
your citizens?
What do you mean by an elite? Somebody who's not legal to be in the United States? Or
Yes.
Well, if they started murdering our citizens, just like if anybody, a legal citizen of the United States, started murdering our citizens.
But how would you know? What are you gonna do as far as background checks? How about that?
We have a process for vetting anybody who wants to become a citizen before they would even become a resident.
So you have to be a U.S. citizen. You have to prove you're a U.S. citizen.
No. There are citizens of our micronation all around the world. You just have to provide certain proof of benefits to our nation to be a citizen.
Okay, what do you consider as a benefit? What is your most beneficial thing?
You have to be able to
Just give me
provide
one.
some economic benefit to us. So that's our biggest.
Okay, what if your biggest economic benefit is a rapist and a murderer? But they're
Well,
not a
that's
U.S.
not an
citizen.
economic benefit, that would
So,
destroy your
you
economy
don't
because
know
people
that,
would
though.
leave.
He's not doing background checks, so we don't know.
We do something that is similar. We, just like a job interview, vet every single person who applies to become a citizen. You have to register online and apply to become a citizen of our nation.
So you will know that they are a U.S. citizen or not.
I mean, they could definitely like lie within their application, but the moment you make like a move that like really disturbs the peace, it is just gonna kick you
But
out.
how are you gonna know?
Because, so for example, there's a difference between being a citizen and a resident. We have a number of citizens all around.
Let me ask you again. How are you gonna know if they're a U.S. citizen or not?
Being a U.S. citizen isn't the most important thing for us because not all of our citizens live in the United States. We have some citizens who live in Ireland who will always be in Ireland. We have some citizens who live in China who will
He
always live in
means
China.
citizenship to his own micronation,
Yeah,
not
okay,
citizenship to the
so-
country.
Also, if
I
someone's
understand that.
coming from a different country, because he's considered a business, he can give them a work visa to stay.
Okay, I understand that. I understand that completely.
Oh,
But
that's
still,
really-
again, if
that's a
they
good point.
are
Yeah,
a
I
rapist
thought
and a
that.
murderer, how are you gonna know? How are you going to
Why are you so
dispute
extreme?
them? Because this is the next extreme. I'm trying to prevent all these people becoming fucking Wacos or Jonestowns. I don't want no motherfucking women and children getting gassed out and burned to death. That's the next extreme.
Via background checks.
Are you doing
He-
background checks?
He
To
wouldn't
some
really
extent.
have access to it without.
Okay, what if they haven't got caught though? What if they have never done jail time though?
But at the moment, it's a small enough community that it would be easy to catch.
How? If everybody's sitting there like, okay, so we have
You trust
Dead
people
body
when they
there.
say it was him.
We can do just about as much as another business can do when they hire an applicant.
dude, I have had so many people come through my company.
And then
Yeah,
there's
when they
people
rape
raping
this
and
and
murdering
murdering
people?
people?
in your company?
They have literally got drunk, drove through somebody's yard, and then fell asleep in a fucking 10-year-old's bed. And they still work there.
Yeah,
It sounds like you have a pretty incompetent
Well,
company.
you tell all of them?
We're just
They know this.
No,
That's how I
his
know
her
that.
chief
Yeah, but okay, but see,
operator
that's
got
the difference.
escorted out because she got drunk at work and fell asleep at her press.
Yes.
Either way,
Oh,
that's
no.
that's like somewhat of a difference. Like that meant that your company knew what the crap this person was doing and just went, that's personal life. It didn't happen at work. We can't do anything about it.
Okay, so
But
that's,
for him,
that's
he'd be like the
personal
second.
community.
Yeah.
We didn't
The
really
second
have.
he would like hear it, he'd be like, "You're out. You're
Yeah.
never gonna
But
come back
would
on the
you?
land again."
Would
if
they?
you do, like
Yes. So,
restraining
for
order,
example,
other stuff.
We have a Discord server, and there are citizens of ours who are in our Discord server. We have rules for our Discord server. If you break even one of those rules just typing something inappropriate in the Discord server, I'll kick you from your citizenship.
See, this is why I'm not part of your Discord or anything else.
I understand.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I'm
do.
pretty sure these folks already realize that.
It's a tight-knit group. It is. Yeah. It's not easy to become an Aeternian citizen, but they're people that we really, really value and appreciate for their time and effort.
Okay, I'll take you up for it.
Yes, sir.
But when I gun you down.
When you gun me, please don't gun me.
It's so
I don't know.
Protect the floofs.
If they
That's
see
what you
that,
asked for.
listen,
Protect
We
the
are
floofs.
pro floofs. Hey, we got some comments rolling the fuck up here.
We do. I'm sorry for
Hey,
missing those comments.
Let's just before you read the comments.
Someone convinced Jason while he's trying to let me have a floof.
No, nobody convinced me to or have floof.
But then you go to bed.
You're having a new big fluffy bunny to follow you when you go poo in the morning.
So first off, we'll have to talk about Free State of Jones at some point.
Oh,
I
you
respect
didn't
you for that.
You didn't like
What?
Herman before.
They're talking about an entirely different thing. They're not Jones
Just gotta
Town,
be
but
very
there's another
specific.
group apparently called the Free State of Jones, which was a city or a community inside of the Confederacy when the Confederacy existed that seceded from the Confederacy. So like there was the United States and the Confederacy seceded from the United States.
Yeah, I
And
get
then
that.
apparently this group seceded from the Confederacy while the Confederacy seceded from the United States.
What the fuck? Where you gonna go at that point?
I don't know. That's what they're talking about right now.
Bunker down and get ready with high walls.
Alright, so let me
Import tax.
may I make a disclosure?
Yes, sir.
So everything that we just talked about is literally just poking fun. Nobody means
Yeah.
anything for real.
Well,
I'm
you-
not going to gun down Aeternia.
Appreciate it.
I'm not going to do that.
Appreciate it.
Let me repeat that. I'm not going to do that.
You're gonna get us swatted.
And fuck the SWAT, fuck the ATF,
Stop.
fuck the FBI,
Stop.
Stop, I'm trying to get a job.
fuck all the three other letter words. Anyway,
It's a good thing my picture was out of, my face was out of the screen when he said
Right
it.
when he
I'm
said that.
currently trying to get a job. I'm waiting on my interview.
yeah, so
Better not
either
go
way,
up in
I'm
the background
just saying, I know the comments are probably blowing the fuck up, this, that, and the other. Oh, Jason, you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. Aeternia's right. I don't give a flying fuck. This was literally just a fun, poking, just, what the fuck ever have you? I don't care. It's just all in fun. Me and him still cool, me and her still cool, me and Aeternia's girlfriend still cool.
I
We
do want to
will.
understand why
I'm
you
everyone in Aeternia's girlfriend.
You're everyone's
apparently.
I do
You're
want
the group
That's
That's
the
what
girl.
he
community
just said.
girlfriend. That's community girlfriend.
Richard is about to
I do
lose his
wanna
mind.
She gets
Said
passed
like-
around more than a blunt.
Why do you feel the need to keep reiterating?
Oh my god.
If she hits you, I'm not stopping her.
Why do I keep whatever?
Reiterating?
Yeah.
Why do you keep repeating that it's all in good fun?
Because some of these motherfuckers probably take it to heart, everything I've said.
Everybody's been pretty chill. I think the comments are pretty chill, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
they're really
Jason
cool.
will keep a
Just
stern
concerned.
face and seem serious, even though that his words are being goofy.
Well, yeah, there's that.
We've gotten a lot farther.
You don't want to see my stick.
Oh my god.
You mean your twig?
Got him.
Got him! Alright,
Got him.
let's hit some comments up.
Yes, sir. Alright, so Retro said yes, and he's also not anything. A couple of people said goodnight. Good night, you guys.
Bye. I'm
Um,
pretty sure some daylight $1 short. But hey, good night.
Ryan said, let me back into the Discord server. I didn't know you were kicked from the Discord server, Ryan. You're absolutely welcome to the Discord server.
What? He was
Uh,
in there before.
yeah, I don't know why you're not in the Discord server, Ryan. You should be. Ryan
Yeah,
says, if
bro,
you
I
let me
do.
back into the Discord server, I'll join the Jet Swim Peer Pressure faction. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Good
man.
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit it up.
What?
All the celebrations for Jet.
Yeah.
Alright.
Fake name says, or else what? Ryan says, or else I'll join Jet in an anti-swim position. Richard says, what did Tiffany say about me? I didn't understand her.
Who?
Sorry, so
That's far
for
away.
context, Jason made a joke that Tiffany was Aeternia's girlfriend. So then Tiffany said,
yeah.
I'm the whole country's girlfriend, and then made a joke saying, oh, Richard would flip if I was everyone's girlfriend. And that was the joke. That's
Alright,
just
so
what
can we,
she's been.
can we clarify that? Tiff is this man's girlfriend.
Yes.
They know.
You fuck with her, you fuck with me.
We appreciate you though,
I
Richard.
feel like it's more
Um,
important that she's my sister.
That's her sister.
Fake name says, AP, I need to talk, explain incursion. So a while back, this guy, fake name Kuznaria, the
Oh,
same
fake
person
name. That's
who was the T person.
Yeah, T.
Uh,
Hey, keep your seconds to yourself.
So they came up with a thing because again, micronational war is this weird thing where people will like dox each other, like troll each other, and we'll call that like a war. Like they're fighting each other's micronations, and I think it's very silly, and I think it's offensive to people who
Yeah, so
actually.
why
go
would
through, like,
you
wars.
fight a micronation that's in general the same thing? Everybody's in the same thing. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a great question. So he's like, I have this idea called incursion, which they're trying to do, which is basically just like, what if we did paintball fights, and we called that a war? Like,
Has anyone watched No Game No Life? So literally in that anime, for instead of wars, leaders would come together and choose a game, and whoever won that game won the war. And there would be negatives and pros to every positives, negatives, pros, cons to everything that happened. And I think that's a great idea. It could be anything from a chess game to a virtual whatever game. The person who starts the war,
picks the game.
the other person picks the game.
Oh, weird. So you just call someone out, and then you're like, we could beat you in anything.
Yes.
And then they're like, bet.
but
I mean, you'd have to agree, but yes, I think it's a spectacular idea to do something other than kill each other.
The dude
She
talking about
supports your
paintball, T guy, right?
Yeah, no.
Alright,
fake
T-guy.
name, fake name.
I'm gonna start calling him T guy. All right, so T guy.
Why
Don't
don't you
do
change his name
paintball.
later?
Paintball
He's like, I
is
updated it
fluff.
to T-Guy.
Paintball is way too expensive. Go airsoft. Airsoft is super cheap.
It doesn't
That is what literally all the other ones do
Yeah, they
anyway.
do airsoft. Yeah.
Okay, go with everybody else because they got a good thing going. Airsoft is cheap.
At least playing chess, I don't get bruises. I mean, paper cuts occasionally, but
Play laser tag.
No.
Retro Film says, AP, am I allowed to open carry airsoft guns for personal defense in Aeternia? Yes. That's
No.
fine. Yeah, I don't care.
No.
you're
Don't-
not even a part of this.
Don't
Doesn't
shoot
fucking
me
matter.
with the airsoft gun, but yeah, you're
If
good.
you're gonna open carry an airsoft gun, why not just cheat and throw some fucking 45s in there?
Good.
I'm just saying.
He's just saying that.
I'm just saying.
We're all just saying, honestly.
I don't think too many people are as obsessed as you.
His fake name says airsoft, but close enough. So he was doing airsoft, not paintball.
Hell
It
yeah.
was airsoft.
Alright, yeah. So this guy understands that you can get 10,000 rounds for like $20 versus a couple hundred rounds versus paintballs.
Are you coming to my birthday party
If I'm here, I'm going with Mom to Iowa, so if we're back in time, I will be here.
on the 28th?
I don't know when we're coming back. I know we're leaving the 26th, but I don't know when we're coming back.
Gotcha.
You
If you
ask
guys
me?
are back, you'll probably meet. Yeah, you will come.
No, fuck you.
You're not
Well,
going
if you want to come, you can.
Yeah,
We're having
stay
crawfish.
semi-sober.
We're doing crawfish.
I don't like crawfish.
Well, we have cake and stuff too.
You can get your little
I'm sure.
mini meal.
So if you come back, you'll get to meet Ryan, who's the All Lighters propaganda. He really likes anime. He was saying he's watched No Game No Life.
It's so good!
Yeah. No.
No?
All Lighters
Yeah.
propaganda. The guy you were saying has a cool username.
Yeah, just
Oh, he's
not.
gonna be here.
Yes.
Just
Ryan. Sure, I'll be happy to meet you too, I reckon.
Richard said, Tiffany is my Aeternian bestie. Sorry, AP. I get it. I understand.
No,
you guys
yeah.
have built a close relationship. I understand. You
You
bought
can
her
be
art.
besties. That's
Richard
it.
bought Tiffany's art off of our Etsy.
did he really?
He was just like, I really like. She drew a picture for Ashley that was like a wolf. Because
Oh, yeah, I
favorite
remember
thing was a
that.
wolf. Yeah. So then we showed it off just during a live stream while she was drawing it. And Richard was like, I love that. If you made me one, I'd pay you money for it. And so then we were like, bet. And we made a special like thing on our Etsy, just one for him to buy it specifically. And he did. He bought her art.
Way to follow
Oh,
through.
yeah,
So
yeah.
many people have issues with that.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
That's
solid
good.
character.
It was really cool. Ryan says tip over AP. Sorry, not sorry. I get it. It's all good.
Ryan said that?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know there was so much love there.
Yeah, everybody loves you. Tip, you're
Thanks.
you're straight up the icon.
She's
That's
your idol.
yeah. That's the other thing. You're like Aeternia. cult, cause like figurehead. Tiff's more the figurehead than I am. What you mean?
She's a little more charming than you.
Do y'all
anyways.
agree that Aeternia's face is gonna be her face planted on everything?
Eventually, it's just gonna transition to Tiffany's
Yeah.
face, just as a
Hey,
JPEG.
let your blankets don't get dirty.
Oh, well, too late.
AP don't know how to clean up after himself.
Big Name says basically it's the closest we can get to fighting without real death and destruction.
Yes,
I
you're
agree.
right. Yes.
Retro says I can't afford a real 1911 sadly, so I have an airsoft 1911 and also have a Thompson M1A1.
Hey, listen, you can't afford nothing as far as real, at least you got a replica.
Fair enough.
I mean, I can't afford one either. I mean, I used to have 1911. Actually, if you would Google Zig, Z-I-G, not Sig, Zig, you can afford those 1911. And I torture tested those living fuck out of them, and they are actually really, really good run.
This
Well,
is
you
not
don't know. This
sponsored.
may be.
Not sponsored.
Right. We need to get them to pay us royalties now. I was gonna say also you don't know how old these people. This may be like a 14-year-old you're talking to. Like they may have like $20.
Alright, save up, buddy. Save up.
Put it on your wish list for Christmas.
Yeah.
Mommy, please.
I'm just saying, Zig is the way to go.
Ooh, Burning Star TV just joined us. Good to see you, Burning Star.
What up, Burning Star?
Richard says I prefer 80s anime. What 80s anime, Richard? Have you watched any 80s anime, Megan?
I've watched a lot of anime.
Ryan, what 80s anime is there?
He's talking about full-blown bush and vagina shit.
We are not doing hentai.
Tentacle porn.
Yo,
The
that was
Pharmacy of
weird.
Karma says, I will lead the great American patriot to the destiny of greatness under the right hand of God. That sounds like cult stuff. That when you're talking about cult people, that sounds like cult stuff. Fanta Pharmacy of Karma, why you feel like that? Fake Name says Tiff should become the Empress of Aeternia. They're overthrowing me already. They already got plans.
No, they're not overthrowing you. That's the Empress. Empress.
You're right.
The
There's
Emperor.
the co-battle.
That way you don't fall under a patriarchy or a matriarchy. It's fair. Either way, equality.
And
No sexism.
and
No sexism.
she'll keep you in line.
She already does. She doesn't have to have any political power to still have sway over me.
Yeah.
That's the biggest power I need.
Yeah.
That's all I need. Behind every great man is an even better woman.
I agree.
Yep, that's
I
right.
agree. Ryan was making fun of that person who said right hand of God stuff, and he was like, "What if God's left-handed though?"
Oh, gotcha.
Wouldn't he be ambidextrous because he's all knowing and all seeing and all everything?
He still has to pick a side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a choice. It's swapped. You're
Hey,
right.
even the people who can write with both hands have some kind of favorite of the other.
You're
There's
right.
one that they're using most
Why
of the
are
time.
you trying to
Yeah,
debunk me?
yeah.
Y'all talk this much
I'm
shit
just saying,
to
like, they
this
know they
dude.
can use both, but they're probably like
Use the
favoring
comment.
whatever the other.
You're right. You're right. I was waiting for Tiffany to finish her thing. Retro Films and History says, ooh, hold up. First off, Richard says Empress Tiffany versus Emperor AP. Tiffany all day, every day. We know what camp Richard's in. We already got it.
We need a video for that.
We do. We do. It's
I'll
like
make my
it's
side,
like the
he'll make
boxing
his
things
side.
where we're both like stanced up. Yeah.
Yes.
Retro Films and History says, man, it's nice to know
Should be
me
an
and
epic rap
Jason
battle.
are gun nuts. Yes, we'll do an epic rap battle. Tiffany VAP. Fake Name says, first off, Retro said, it's good to know me and Jason are both gun nuts.
Hell yeah, buddy. Fist bump.
Fake Name says, who said they had to compete? It could just be a power couple like Justinian and Theodore. Theodora? I don't know. I don't know who these people are. But very cool. Thanks, Fake Name. Richard Taylor says MD Geist. I guess that's an anime. I'm not familiar with MD Geist.
Wait, let me see it.
That. MD Geist. Are you Googling
I
it?
have to look at a picture because I don't remember
Alright,
names.
bro. She's gonna look at the picture. She's gonna get back to you.
She's gonna know all
You,
these
you can
terms.
keep going.
Pharmacy of Karma says God will restore land and destroy every structure. Very cool.
What if he creates a rock that he can't pick up himself?
Then how will he destroy every structure? Also, we
He
have
said, I was
50
just testing my powers, see
Just
how great
flexing.
I can really make something.
Well, if he's gonna do that, can we actually have its raining men be legit?
You can. You can't read.
It's
Are you really gonna be that happy about it?
It's
You
your
want
name,
it?
your
And that's just
name.
hitting you in the face every time. You're like, no! Don't you hear me? Okay,
Okay.
whatever man
I'm
hits
sorry.
you,
That was awful.
whatever man hits you while he's falling from the sky, he has to pay your medical bills, and you're like, good, I know you can be fine.
Right? Well, yeah, he already fell for me, so I'm good.
Yeah.
He fell on you.
Technicalities.
Right.
What's that other comment say?
Yeah, I got you. Ryan said, this is why Aeternia can't be a democracy because AP will get voted out and replaced with TIF. I agree with that. That's legitimately an issue.
Hey, guess what? Guess who's the left-hand man of that?
The left God.
Yeah, God is a left-hand man.
Fake name says gun nut pride worldwide and then said M1 Garand is yes.
Fuck yeah, man. You can't deny the pain.
Yeah.
You cannot deny the pain.
Of an airsoft gun.
No.
Rico Film says tell God good luck with that. Agreed. Pharmacy of Karma said W. W in the chat.
Yeah, W in the chat. We got us a win. Hell yeah.
All Artist Propaganda says the 80s has some good anime movies like Akira and Nausicaa of the Valley of Wind. And
Ooh,
then,
I've seen that one.
Okay, very cool. Ryan and Megan has a lot to talk about at my birthday on the 28th. Richard says,
If Megan's going.
Richard says propaganda. Edward says at All Artist Propaganda agreed. Richard says Tiffany will win. They're going hard. They're going hard in that
they're
tip
going
support.
hard on
I
Tiff.
appreciate. Honestly, I'd support Tiff. I'd vote for Tiff. I would. I have.
Will you secretly vote for your own competitor?
Right? I think she's cute. I don't know. I like her.
And this is no chances to do that.
Of course. Fake name says M1 Garand is not airsoft AP. Ask the Nazis if it was an airsoft.
Yes. Ask them motherfuckers if it's airsoft or not. Can't beat that 30-06 pain.
No, but y'all were talking about how he couldn't afford one, so he bought the airsoft version.
Aww.
So that's what we were talking about. I thought we were talking about the airsoft version.
Who is that? What's the comment name?
Fake name.
Fake name, you're going to have to be more specific now because we're confused. You talking about the real thing or you talking about airsoft?
We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
All
we're
of
trying to
it?
figure it out.
After Germany had to pay all those war costs, and so all we could afford was the
That's
airsoft.
Yeah.
Fair.
Got him. History memes. Richard says Akira is one of my favorites. Hey, very cool. And
Look
Ryan
at you,
says
Jason. Add into the pile of trash.
Well, yeah, because he said he's going to sweep it up.
that is my plan is to sweep
Uh-huh,
because I've been doing wood shaving.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe
He'll
us?
say it, and he'll wait until like it becomes an issue, and then he goes, "Oh, it's great. A week ago I did say to clean it."
Your daddy would have my ass.
No, when we
This
when we
way, guess
finish
what?
this stream, I'm gonna come sweep.
No, I'll tell on him. I'll tell on Aiden. I don't care.
He will. She will.
Aiden as well has to go to bed, so.
Let me see what time it is. We got 8 viewers. I appreciate it.
11:45.
11:46. Yep. It is starting to get a little bit late.
Up to me by 1 minute.
We got early stuff to do.
Yep. We will have to
I ain't
get
got
out.
shit to do anymore.
We'll chill for like 15 more minutes. I know. Fake name says TTT. What tea to brew? Well, what's your favorite tea? I like. There's a cinnamon tea that's like a non-caffeine tea that I like.
Chamomile is nice.
I like green tea. I'm drinking green tea right now.
Y'all are faggots. It's sweet tea or no tea.
Gross tea.
Sweet
That-
tea.
that's-
There's
But
no
what
tea
Why
at
flavor
all.
don't
is
you
tea,
try
though?
some?
Sweet
Yeah.
tea. That's the only flavor.
But you can make anything
Sweet
sweet.
tea's
Sweet
made out of
tea
black
is the
tea.
only flavor.
Typical southern sweet tea is made out of black tea.
Flavor.
Okay, so I'm gonna make you sweet tea out of chamomile tea and see how you like that.
Is it sweet tea?
Or peppermint.
Is it only sweet tea?
Multiple interesting comments just jumped up.
Alright,
Retro Films and History says, AP, ask Jason what gun would he rather have, an original M16A1 or an Israeli Galil?
Oh shit. Oh my god. Alright, so Israelis make a lot of good weapons. I would honestly have to go with the Galil, honestly. Because, again, Israelis make magnificent weaponry. Of course, they've been at war for bukus of fucking years, but again,
Everyone's got
I'd
a
have
bit
to
of
do with the
something.
Galil.
Jason using some Cajun out here, saying buku.
That's Cajun.
Yes, it is.
Really?
It's French. Yep, it means a great deal. Yep. Very cool.
Yeah, you should have said it with more of a sound to it anyway.
Oh no, that sounded pretty French.
It did. It worked. It worked.
My
I prefer
French
the
friend
book.
is gonna be
Ooh.
so upset at you, Megan.
Richard says a
What?
lot of people don't realize that G.I. Joe is an anime.
Agreed.
Oh, is it?
Look.
I don't know.
Oh,
Anything
that was
that
G.I.
is-
Joe.
Animation. That's all anime means is
I
animation.
thought.
Have y'all seen
But it
G.I.
typically
Jane?
refers to things
You
that
better watch it.
are created in Korea, China, or Japan.
So is G.I. Joe created in Japan?
I don't know where it was created.
What about G.I. Jose?
What about G.I. Joe?
Who?
It's just a sitcom.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Pokemon is considered an anime too, and a lot of people were obsessed with that when it came out. It should have followed the comics, but yeah, it would have been better.
Bro.
G.I. Jose.
Fake name says, I think before we get to the alcohol, I might breed a new blue tea. What does that mean? How do you...
Breed a new blue tea?
Breed. I think it means brew.
That's what I said. Brew a new blue tea.
No, he said breed. Like, I think he's trying to, like, create a new type of tea that he's calling
Oh, so
blue tea.
like crossbreeding different plants?
I guess
You can
so.
do that like you can with animals.
Well,
It's a little
bro,
more
add
difficult.
alcohol in it. We good.
One of your
But that
screws
sounds
fell
interesting.
straight out of your thing.
If it's
Wait.
a blue tea, will it be a pretty
that's
blue
not good.
color?
That's
That's what
not
I
Jason,
I'm
are
on
you
this one.
saying you've never had a Long Island iced tea before
Yes, I
in your
have.
life?
I don't
So
like
then
it.
you know you can mix alcohol with tea.
That tastes like shit.
But it's
It
from
wasn't
Long
sweet
Island.
enough for you? Was that it?
Huh?
It wasn't sweet enough for you?
Was the alcohol enough for me? Your daddy made it.
He just didn't make the right sweet tea to add to your formula, huh?
Yeah.
Retro's hype for you, Jason. He says, I agree, sweet tea is the best tea ever.
That's what's up.
Richard said English breakfast tea.
English breakfast tea would
yeah, we
be
need a lot of shit.
fried eggs, bacon, some waffles, and a 1911 45.
And then you
Yeah.
just put it in a cup.
And you put it in a cup, you blend it up, and there you go.
You,
Oh,
really,
God.
you realize when he's saying English, he means England.
I don't give a fuck.
It's not an English muffin.
Ryan says Batman the animated series is also anime. This is weird. So y'all are just saying anything. Bugs Bunny is also anime.
And who is this guy?
Yeah,
Ryan.
Ryan?
Hey,
And he's coming to your birthday.
Yes.
get it?
that's
Right.
why I think at a lot of anime conventions, you'll get people that come from like different, even American
It's not-
animes or our own cartoons, because it's an all-inclusive community. We're like, well, if it's animated, it's anime, so we're chill with it.
Ryan says, how you come to the birthday, get her on whatever concept or fucking conversation you want, just stop with a floof.
Just
I
don't-
want a floof.
No floof.
My soul needs a floof.
Ryan, no floof.
I really,
No.
really want
No
a floof.
floof.
No floof, but yes swim.
It would be my own
Yes.
personal happy.
No floof.
Which none of you understood that reference
I get
except maybe Tiffany.
Happy.
From
Next
Fairy
comment.
He's a little blue.
Have you ever
cat.
watched Fairy Tale?
I'm never gonna
Yeah,
watch a
you get
floofy
it.
comment. Fuck.
It's not a flippy comment. It
Fake
just
name
happens to
says.
have a blue cat in it.
That talks. Because
Well,
he's
that's
actually
what
an
I'm
Exy.
Fake name said. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now we're
No,
just
I
like-
actually like that one. Yeah, that's legit. I like that one.
Retro Films says another one for Jason: a pre-war Japanese Arasaka or a pre-war German Car 98K.
You can't beat Car 98s, buddy. You cannot beat those. Car 98s are legit. Especially if you slap a fucking scope on them. Oh my god, Car 98. All day, every day.
Jason's played too much Call of Duty World at War.
No, I just had too much life.
Fair. Fake name says is Animea. Now I mean breed. What? But blue tea already exists. I just want to create a new one. Oh, interesting. I didn't know about that.
I
He
ain't
wants
no
to.
blue tea.
I'm not very well versed in teas. I just know I like tea sets.
Sweet tea or no tea, you're wrong. Blue tea or not. Green tea, don't give a fuck.
You taught us something new.
Yes,
Fake
you
name.
have taught us something new. You gave me something else to hate.
Richard said G.I. Joe is owned by Mattel, which is in Tokyo. Question.
Oh, shit. All right.
Play me.
Dude knows his shit.
Wait, question marks? Is that a question?
I
Or
don't
he's
know.
being like, that's what I'm like pretty sure of, but I'll put a question mark. Be
That's
sure
what
to
he's
cover
saying.
my tracks.
Yes, I think that's what he's saying. Fake name says, and yes, it's blue. Ryan says, well, Batman the Animated Series was animated in many countries, including Japan. And then Ryan said, Happy can fly.
He can't.
Is he cute?
Don't
hell
think
is
I
happening?
won't put wings on my floof because I had wings for my bearded dragon. I mean,
Ah,
I won't.
no floof. No floof. No floof.
They're not the same size. You can't use the same wings.
I will specially make wings for the floof. I'll deck him
Ryan?
out. He'll be like a good little biker dog.
The
Ryan?
Charizard one.
Ryan,
If
no
Yes, he
floof.
could cosplay with me as my Charizard.
Oh my god. Ryan, no floof.
I need
No
a
floof. You don't need a floof. You got a floof at
The
home.
floof needs me.
No, the floof don't need you.
He does. He's sick right now.
I want to take him to the vet, but if I pay for the vet bill, it's mine.
Fake name said, blue tea can be sweet tea.
You bring me some blue tea that's sweet, I'll take a sip.
Fair enough. We'll get you some. Retro Films and History says, coffee or tea, a question for the room. Also, so AP, Miss Tiffany, Miss Molly, and Jason. I think you mean Megan. Miss Megan and Jason. Okay, very cool. For me, I say I like coffee, but I'll drink tea more regularly. Because coffee, like, upsets my stomach if I drink too much.
Alright, Tiff, what you got? Coffee or tea?
I don't like neither.
We got a tea. Yeah, is that what you said?
He
Yeah,
kind of
tea.
said both. She kind of said neither.
I'll lean tea.
Alright, so you're leaning hardcore tea.
Yes.
Well, now we gotta be specific. Who posted that comment?
Richard. No, sorry. Retro Films.
Retro.
Coffee's
Throw a
gross,
comment
I
real
drink tea.
quick. Throw a comment real quick. Are we talking about like southern sweet tea? Or are we talking about just green tea? Are we just talking about any tea? What kind of tea? Are we talking about coffee, like black coffee? Are we talking about foot ton of sugar? Are we talking about foot ton of
It doesn't matter
creamer?
how much sugar you add to coffee. It's disgusting.
Bullshit, because you can actually turn a coffee into an energy drink like that.
Yeah, and it's still gross.
It's an energy drink. You like your monsters, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't eat the coffee. Drink the coffee monsters. They're
I hope you
disgusting.
don't eat the coffee monsters. That's why they're disgusting.
Aluminum and all.
Aluminum and all.
The
Delicious.
aluminum will add more taste.
Uh,
You're like it.
Yes.
Who the fuck was that?
Retro.
Retro.
So
Retro,
tea-
throw us a comment real quick in a hurry so we can get this debate over with.
You know, well, there's more down there. What if you just
Yeah,
don't
there's
see
more
it?
down there.
Yeah. Okay. So tea. What's yours?
Oh, sweet tea. Southern sweet tea.
Tea.
And Tiff.
Is
She said none.
Okay.
NA.
NA.
She's
Cool.
gonna thirst to death.
Fair enough. Water. Dr. Pepper, actually, for Tiff. Fake name said, just add authentic southern sugar. Fake name says, get the poor girl a floof and she get you a, quote, good gun.
Gun?
Parentheses, good
Gun.
She's
Gun.
like,
If she gets you a gun,
My
she
dad
gets a
is selling that AR.
Look.
You really want it.
in order for me to have a good gun to add to the already
I will buy
massive
you a
collection,
Barrett.
that's what I was getting at. To add to my collection, she would have to buy me a $12,000 Barrett 50 cal. That's not
I
worth the
will.
floof.
I'll start working towards it.
I'd
You
rather,
let me have a floof. I will work towards buying you
I'd
your 50
rather
cal.
not have a floof.
you'd rather not have the Barrett?
I'd rather not have the floof.
No, but if the floof would get you a Barrett, would you rather not have the Barrett?
Yes.
Dang, okay.
I don't understand how you're so hardcore against the sploof. I
Okay.
want to even name him floof.
That's cute. Richard says tea. I can't drink coffee. It upsets my stomach. Same, Richard. Retro says black tea. Richard says I love ginger tea. I'd be interested in trying ginger tea. I've heard of it, but I haven't really tasted it.
Is
I like ginger salad dressing, so
I
that would
also-
be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, that'd be up for ginger tea. I ain't never tried that.
Fake name says 2% coffee, 97% sugar, 1% sugar, and you have a good coffee. So 98%
Yes, bro. Who's that?
sugar. Fake name.
Right,
Fake
there's
name.
even just
Fake
a
name.
little bit of that coffee taste that destroys it.
I like coffee milk, where you do like
I like the
coffee and
smell.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with fake name on that one. Oh, you just got another comment.
Very nice. Fake name says AK-50 is better than 50 cal.
Oh my god, dude! I can't. Alright, so we're getting way off subject. Yes, AK-50. AK-50 is where it's at. I want one of those. It's just
Has Brendan even finished building it?
he's built 2 concepts, and it cycles. But AK-50, yes, I had rather have the AK-50.
Shout
Versus
out to
the
the
bear.
AK guy.
Yeah, shout out to Brandon Herrera. If somebody could somehow tag Brandon Herrera in this, or just do at where AK-50 at, I don't fucking know. Anything to get Brandon Herrera's attention.
Anything to get this channel more subscribers.
Pretty much the only thing Jason will go gay for.
Yes.
I mean the hair, bro. It's the hair.
I'll let Ryan Reynolds fuck me in my ass for an AK-50.
I like how it's Ryan Reynolds specifically. You're like, get Ryan Reynolds down here.
That's a sexy motherfucker.
Fair. Retro
Just
says
probably fucked a lot of mothers.
He probably has.
I'm sorry.
I can-
somebody's
I
right.
can say-
If not, he made them mothers after that.
Huh?
He made them
Oh,
mothers after
yes.
that. They became
Okay,
mothers.
okay.
Retro says I prefer coffee since I'm Italian and I grew up drinking coffee. That makes sense.
Fair.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, okay, so yeah, alright. So Italians grew up drinking coffee. Germans grew up drinking beer.
Ryan said Coca-Cola, but with the cocaine in it.
The original.
Are you talking to
Dude,
Elon Musk now?
oh my god. Alright, so Coca-Cola with cocaine in it. Yes, holy fucking shit. They need to do that. You realize how much production we could get done with some cocaine in our Coca-Colas?
You can just do cocaine
Just
now.
check out the 50s again. Or sooner.
It was
no.
before the
When?
50s. It was like
Like
the 20s.
1883?
Deal. I'd rather pay $1.95 or $2 or whatever the fuck Coca-Cola was go for now for a little bit of cocaine to make me fucking, yeah, I love my job, versus snorting shit. Because my science is already fucked.
You could just purchase cocaine illegally and put
Suppository.
it in the
I mean,
Coca-Cola.
Here's you a little baggie to
well,
start yourself
yeah.
out.
Horrible.
This
bag.
is diverged.
First off, thank you guys
I
for
like
10 viewers. I appreciate the likes.
I got
and
the
support.
bag, and who's got the Coca-Cola?
Ryan does, apparently.
Ryan. Bro, will you come to his birthday? Right? Yes? That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I'm here.
We
Bring
don't
the
actually
Coca-Cola.
have drugs.
His
We
parents would
don't.
be so pissed.
Drew says Tea Drinkers Union. Fake names. Yeah. Fake name says Brandon Herrera on micronationalism. We need that video. I would like
Yes.
that.
No.
Yes,
you don't
we
need that
do.
video. You don't need that video.
I would
You
love
think I'm
that.
offensive? You think I'm offensive?
What?
Brandon Herrera's like, fuck everybody.
I feel like he has enough experience and education in what comes with like guns and the political factors, the law factors. He's has so much experience with all that I think it could be a really good conversation.
But Brandon has license to make full autos.
I know that means he knows what he's doing.
That means he's closer to a cult.
I pledge my allegiance to the cult of Brandon Herrera.
No.
I pledge my allegiance to the fucking American flag.
Y'all are silly gooses. Richard says I'll bring my old school flintlocks.
Cool.
Bro, I have never actually shot one of those.
That sounds cool.
Believe it or not, I have never actually shot one of those.
If they're original flintlocks, could you actually shoot them, or would they
Yes,
just blow
you
up?
can actually. Because all you need is a little bit of powder. If you get a right powder and a right projectiles, yes, you can shoot.
Yeah,
them.
This
but I
one
just
tries
mean
to
if they're
reload
old,
his
would they,
bullets
like,
so he'd
blow
know.
up?
But you won't
As
have
long
like
as-
any like aim.
Doesn't matter. It's a flintlock.
Explain to people why they need to be careful about that, Mr. Pinky.
Yeah.
with them blowing up.
So I don't suggest reloading your own rounds. Flintlock, dude. If it specifies who was a flintlock dude?
Richard Taylor.
Richard Taylor?
Yes.
Richard Taylor. If you're gonna continue to shoot your flintlock, dude, please do not try to overload your rounds because I'm missing a good portion of my pinky nail because of reloaded rounds.
That were too hot. Spicy rounds.
Yes, they were spicy rounds. And I reload my own rounds, and my 9mm are pretty fucking spicy. It's like this close to blowing up my gun, but just, dude, do not think you're cool. Do not overload your gun. Please do not do that. I cannot stress that enough.
Very respectable advice. Last few comments. Fake name says 50% sweet tea, sweet coffee, 50% sweet tea. What?
What? Coffee and tea?
I don't know. Maybe.
I would try it, but probably puke afterwards.
I feel like it'd be weird.
Coffee.
Well, it's two
Aeternia.
things I don't like, so I don't think mixing them together would be
On behalf of an outside of Aeternia, that is forbidden. You do not mix tea and
New law
coffee.
just passed.
Yeah.
New law.
Can't even speak.
New law.
No
Jeff,
coffee, tea.
You're the
mixing.
face of it. You gotta back me up. No tea.
You're too intoxicated for her to back up any of your words.
He likes tea. It's his thing. I'm not gonna do
Tea and coffee?
I let him do his thing. If he's fine with it, he's fine with it.
Okay, well maybe we're wrong.
Never know. We'll have to see. Retro says, I've been watching Brandon Herrera since 2019. I've never not enjoyed his content.
Fuck yeah, man.
Double negatives. I was like, oh, he doesn't like it.
Who was that said like Brandon Herrera?
Retro.
Retro. If you like Brandon Herrera, you need to check out Kentucky Ballistics because both of them are like, dude,
I love the dad vibes.
yeah, Kentucky Ballistics has got some dad vibes. for
Did
real.
I?
Yeah, you know, that's the new thing. Dad bod.
Look, Kentucky Ballistics,
Sorry, Daddy.
but you have to go on YouTube and blow his fucking comments up along with Brandon Herrera. You have to blow his comments up to what is your YouTube name?
The Empire.
They
of
both
Aeternia.
just left.
Empire of Aeternia. You have to blow it up. I am 100,000% behind both of this. Like I love Brandon and I love Kentucky Ballistics, but you have to blow this channel up. You have to.
I appreciate it. That means a lot, dude. Thank you. Okay, so Ryan says bronze cannons. You bring in bronze cannons?
Whoa, hold up
Interesting.
now. I'm sorry. This is
Like
this is not
miniatures?
Aeternia. This is not Aeternia. This is Aeternia film. But yes, bronze cannons.
Very cool.
This is the most that weapons have ever been talked about on this channel.
It is, legitimately. But it's cool to see the outside
It
perspectives.
is Jason's obsession.
Very
I
nice.
figured that he's a southern boy.
Boy, I'm a southern lion.
I like guns and I like cars.
I don't like God.
He likes trucks.
Lady trucks.
I like
I
the
like
Nuts,
dick.
trucks. Big
Boo.
stuff. He wants toys in the form of tools.
fake name says like Scott's 50 cal. Oh wait, no. Before that, Richard said originals are super expensive. I have reproductions of the flintlocks. Fake name says like Scott's 50 cal. Referencing spicy rounds. You good? You dying?
Not much of this bullshit.
You got a drink over here.
Retro says it's
Help
1
me
a.m.
slow
for
that
me.
down.
AP, I've been watching since 11. Thank you so much, Retro. It
Hell
means a
yeah,
lot.
man.
We
Keep
get these
watching.
watch time out.
He's
Yes,
saying he's
sir,
ready to
keep
go to
watching.
bed. He's saying you guys are fun, but you know it's
Yeah,
late.
it's like 12 o'clock.
Yeah, we do have
Since
to have
11 years old or 11 o'clock?
both. Drew says, where's Gray's counter offer to this coffee and tea idea? That is a great question.
Yeah.
Fake name says, don't forget Demo Donut Angry Cops.
Demo, may I?
Yeah, you.
Demolition, was cool at the beginning, but until he started making money, he changed. And
He
if you
sold
don't-
out, man.
That's pretty much what it is. Like, demos stop trying. And if you don't believe me, watch his beginning films, and you'll actually see that he has changed. Because back in the day, he was like, hey, what gun will do this, that, and the other? Or what gun can penetrate whatever gun? And there's an actual video on that with, fuck, what are they called? The cheap old shit, yeet cannons. Fuck me, I forgot what they're called. cheap old fucking 9mm. Anyways, he seen, either way. Alright, so either way, he has changed. He has changed a lot. So I still watch his videos. I really do. I still enjoy his videos because it's gun related. Fucking American as fuck, whatever. But I'm still more leaning toward Kentucky Ballistics and Brandon Herrera. Donut Operator, I still follow him. I still watch his videos, but he's not my cup of tea.
Because he doesn't operate his donuts properly.
Oh no, he operates hardest core. See, I said hardest core instead of hardest fuck. I'm learning.
But then you say it after. Ryan says the 16-inch/50 caliber Mark 7 United States naval gun is greater than all guns previously mentioned.
Read that again.
The 16, it looks like it says 16-inch/50 caliber Mark 7 United States naval gun greater than all previously mentioned.
You're wrong.
What's your opinion?
You got it. I was like,
You don't
opinions.
agree with him. You don't say he's wrong. You just say, I don't agree with that.
The A10 Warhawk 20mm got you fucking beat.
We will see.
And you're not so humble opinion.
In my not so humble opinion.
Um,
But you're talking about launching Red Bull cans with a 85 or it might be 80% hit range within a 5-meter circle. 20 mil A10 Warhawk.
I respect it. In addition, Retro said I'm on Eastern Standard Time. Good luck. Elijah would say good night, everybody. Good night, Elijah.
Bye, Elijah.
Drew said good night, Elijah. Everybody
Good
said
night,
good night,
Elijah.
Retro said high points.
Oh, yeah. That's the name I was talking about. High Points. Yes, he did a fucking all kinds of guns versus High Points. Yes, thank you. Whatever the fuck your name is.
Retro.
Retro. Yes, thank you. It was High Points. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that a whole lot. Yes.
Fake name said, oh, and I forgot Grand Thumb.
Oh, man, Grand Thumb.
Talks a lot.
Yes, Grand Thumb.
In a not entertaining way.
Yes, Grand Thumb talks a lot. He's just yapping his fucking jaws and doesn't do a whole lot
We
of
just
shooting.
want to see the pew pew pew.
Yeah, we just want to see a pew pew pew. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
That's with the meow meow.
You get the pew pew. That's right. But Grand Thumb's still pretty cool.
Ryan said the 16-inch/50 cal Mark 7 United States naval gun is the main armament of the Iowa-class battleships.
That was a lot of words I didn't understand.
Ryan's just
It
hyped
was
about
on a naval
battleships.
ship, baby.
I got
Ryan's
it.
just
Go,
hyped
go,
about
go, go,
battleships.
Puda.
Hype about He's excited about battleships.
I mean, dude, that's cool. If battleship's your thing, that's fine.
Battleships is a
I
fun
support
game.
you. Yes,
You
I
can play that on
support you.
Snapchat with people. It's
Can you?
pretty cool, yeah.
Can you sink their Snapple ship? Fake name says recreational nukes, in parentheses Davy Crockett's mini nicks are the best, and then said mini nukes. Y'all are going just harder and harder in the escalations.
Bro,
Have you
I
been
support
around,
that.
Jason?
I support that 100%. I don't know if y'all heard me earlier, but yes, I support that 100,000%.
Recreational nukes.
It's a fire ant.
Listen,
Why aren't you feeling it? You just
deserves life.
Drew said very long words. Agreed. I appreciate everybody hanging out. We've been streaming for about 3 hours, almost 20 minutes now. Richard said AP got jokes. Appreciate it. Drew said guns went to naval cannons, then mini nukes. How? It escalated. I appreciate y'all hanging out tonight. Jason, you have anything else you want to say on the stream before we head out?
No, I'm good.
Megan has a thing.
I have some words of wisdom.
Hit it up.
Just remember, if you don't have the courage to say no, you will never have the time to do the things you actually want.
Fair enough. What are you in reference to? I'm curious.
I watched a TED Talk on people pleasing, and that like really stuck with me. So I stole that line.
I like it.
Actually, I do have something to say.
Hit it up.
If y'all don't mind, I do have something to say.
Yes,
Say
sir.
mine.
Raise hell, praise Dale.
Oh my god. I can appreciate it. Solid words to live
Hell
by.
yeah.
Dale, yeah.
Real quick before we do
That's
go,
something
do you feel like you guys have learned anything new about the Micronations stuff?
Absolutely not.
Fair enough. Hey, I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Yeah.
I actually did.
Jason's
I
mind
did.
is too gone from the liquor, so he's not gonna
No,
get it.
I actually.
I've also
did
realized
learn
that you
something.
can get my boyfriend more drunk than I can.
Hey.
Hey!
Very
Could
nice.
you
And I
do-
didn't
could
give him
you
any
do
alcohol.
the-
He just did it.
It just kept him entertained, so I
Okay,
didn't
well,
have to.
see-
Could you like do the reverse? Cause he just won't.
Can we do the reverse? Can't we do the reverse, AP?
What's
You
the
want to do a
reverse?
reverse cowboy?
Can we?
Oh,
Can we get
God.
you drunk?
You can try. Yeah, we'll do another live.
Hey,
stream.
I tell you what. If we can get how many people on the stream?
6 right now. The highest
6.
we've ever gotten is 20.
If
Like
we can get
26 or
4,
27.
just 4 comments that says like, we'll get this motherfucker drunk.
Oh
How
goodness.
about that?
Oh goodness.
Wait,
We'll-
how many
we'll stay
likes
on.
was that?
4.
Like. Like they have to say like 4 times each? Or
You
just
have
you
to
have say,
comment.
Like, once?
You have to comment like. If we can get 4 of those, I don't give a fuck if it's one person that says like. We'll get the motherfucker drunk. Whoa, right there, we got there. Like. Woo, we're getting you drunk.
Oh my goodness. Silly.
Stay tuned next
Yeah,
time.
stay
Everybody's
tuned, buddy.
hitting them up. Yep.
Hell yeah, that's like 5 right there. Fuck yeah, there's 3 right there. We getting you drunk, buddy.
Cool.
We getting you drunk.
All right.
He won't.
I've.
I promise you, he won't. He may.
Alright,
act
how
it
about
up,
this?
but
How
he
about
won't.
this? If I get 2 that says funnel, I'll shove a funnel down his throat.
No.
How about
no,
that?
This is too
I'll
extreme.
shove a funnel down his throat. I just need 2
I
funnels.
think Jason
2
missed
funnels.
out not being a frat boy.
I was
I
gonna
guess.
say.
Jump out the window. and
Hey
get out.
yo, what up?
That's what the
I-
frat
Funnel,
boy
there's
says,
one.
so look
Gross.
next to him.
There's 1. Come on 2. Come on 2. We need 2 funnels.
I appreciate you
2
guys.
funnels.
Y'all have a good night, everybody.
There's 2 funnels. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna shove a funnel down his throat next episode.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. Stay tuned.
Next episode on the Empire of
Step
Aeternia.
outside.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Y'all have a good night. Hope y'all have a good
Absolutely. Retro 70 Jason was here. I appreciate you guys.
Bye,
Peace,
y'all.
everybody. Aeternia forever.